Hello YouTube, and what a wonderful day it is. Let me go ahead and get out the door here a little bit further. It's going to be a high of 79 today. Yesterday I did mow, but wow, it was so wet and nasty. Maybe later today I might be able to get the mower back out again and maybe do something.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. We're slowly walking out towards the truck. Why is that? Heidi's so kind to get me an engine code reader. I think she wants me to work on vehicles more. What do you think? Just kidding. Oh, I wonder what they're doing out here on the road. Utility work, it looks like. Yeah, looks like they're doing utility work down there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on out here. What I was hoping was that they were looking to clean out our plumbing, but looks like they're doing something with power lines. Yeah. Oh well. All right, so I need to run the codes on the car, on the truck. The thing is it has a random misfire in all the cylinders. Who knows? It's telling me, but man, this truck's got so much power. I mean, what are you supposed to do whenever you get a code, but yet you can baby this thing and get on eco mode 27 miles to the gallon. I can drive it at 75 on the highway, average 60 some miles an hour over 3 hours worth of driving, and get over 18 miles to the gallon. And can on a roll punch it and have the tires chirping, even going into second gear, and run up to 120 miles an hour. At what point do you think that code is an issue, that you need to be doing something about it? I don't think there's much there. Well, Heidi's home. I'll have to see what's going on there. Okay, so Heidi came home from our grandson's little school play or whatever it was that they did, and our mother-in-law stayed the night last night, so she could have gone. Bingo, it beeped. Okay, it says my vehicle is not ready for emissions test. And then it says random misfire detection, and then it says most likely fixes: correct fuel level and fuel type. Well, I don't know why fuel level. I've got plenty of gas in here. I have a quarter of a tank. And fuel type, I run anywhere between 89 and 92 octane. So that's good. So let's see what it says here. The severity of this is medium. The fault could lead to damage or affect how your car drives. It's best to repair it promptly. It says higher emissions. Yeah, well, I'm doing just fine on that. Show other possible fixes. Repair camshaft position sensor. Reprogram power control module. I could believe some of that stuff. And all codes. Okay, so one code is confirmed. One is pending. The random misfire is confirmed. The pending is the camshaft position timing over advanced on bank 1. That's pending. And then permanent is the random misfire detected. Now, the reason that the camshaft position timing over advanced could be, believe it or not, this is where these crazy new vehicles are, dirty oil. And I was due for an oil change, and I don't know what they put in there before, but we put in real good Max Life, all that stuff now. So I'm going to erase all these codes. And yeah, it says freeze frame. Oh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of cool. It tells me what exactly happened right at the time. Wow, that is cool. That is really, really cool. Okay, anyways, I just thought that was kind of cool. Okay, let me, there's all the codes. I guess they're in there. And now we're going to erase them. Vehicle's on. Okay. Vehicle's on. Okay. Yeah, no codes. All right, we're going to go with that. What I found, and this is something that I think holds true, is sometimes it's best just to let it be and let it figure out what's happening on its own. And the reason being is I could go through and start making replacements. It's called throwing parts at it, and it may not need those things. That may not be the solution. So I just changed the oil. I changed the air filter. I, of course, changed the oil filter. I just fixed that exhaust leak that has been on, going forever. It could be that the computer needs to relearn new parameters now that I've did those small changes, because it says that dirty oil, old oil, whatever, could cause that misfire, because the oil has to be a certain viscosity, or it has to be so clean for the cam shaft, or I should say the cam advancers to work. So that may be the problem. I'm going to open these doors though. Let's turn off all these lights after I do so. It's because I want some heat in this garage today, and we're going to go back and open up the pole building and let it air out. It's a long time needed, right? I guess I could take the truck back. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll open the pole building. We're going to let that air out for the day. And again, maybe I have to mow a little later. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. Man, it was so muddy yesterday. First of all, look at these cow patties. Look at, there's a cow patty there. And look over there. I'm trying not to go back over that way. Look how muddy that is. Right? So the mower was, whoop. Doing what it is doing. That's funny. Well, I got little done today. Well, actually, I did mow and knock down all of the dirt over there by the fence. Every hole that they dug to put a fence post in, they left a pile of dirt, and it was hard packed blast. Anyways, I took the little cultivator and I knocked it all down, and I string trimmed. I push mowed over there. I got the hoses out today. I got Heidi's barrels out so she can put some plants out front, which that's these big barrels here. Even though it was already mowed, I went ahead and I mowed again because it was awful tall and a lot of leftover crappy grass. And then I did that back corner because it's really wet, and I got a lot more done because today has been dry almost the whole day. I also did the front, obviously. I did some other stuff too, but check this out. Yeah, you can see what's going on. There's a potential for some rain coming in tonight. Not a lot. Tomorrow's going to be more. But here's the thing. We've got 82 degrees tomorrow. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 82. This is a big plus. A huge plus. My stomach feels great today. I had tried it yesterday, and I did again today. Chicken wings. I had chicken wings. Now, I chewed them up really good and digested them fine. But I'm still limiting how much I'm eating. I'm not overeating at all. I can't. But yeah, I thought I'd give you that good news. Good morning, YouTube. Actually, yeah, it's still morning. Had a little bit of action going on today, and that was they cleaned out our, well, I'll call it a ditch, but we've got a culvert pipe that runs the whole length of our property out front. But they came out with the big sewer jetter and blew it out in each direction. So I'm heading out here today. Let me show you my code, right? It's right here. It's 8. Just kidding. It's 4. It's 3. And 116. How about that? We'll pretend it's all those, right? Ooh, it's dark in here. Okay, so I push mode yesterday. You've seen all that stuff. What I have to do, I probably should do reviews today. I've got a situation that's cropped up, and it sucks. That's all there is to it, and it's pretty simple. We can't find a camper. We've been looking. It's just hard. It's very, very hard. So maybe there'll be some shopping footage on here. Thing is we're getting into where we have a lot of commitments that are going on relatively quick. So we've been tied up all the time. But I've got to work, and I've got stuff that I need to do reviews on that have to have an RV involved. So that's where we stand with that. But Heidi's at work today. Of course, she works tomorrow. I think tomorrow she works. I call it a short day all the time, or a half day or whatever. It's 7 to 3:30. That's a short day for her. That's a very, very, very short day for her. So that's that. But let me get to work here. I just thought I'd say hi. The weather's beautiful today, but it's going to get cooler. So today's high is 82. Tomorrow's high was 62. Now it's down to 59. So you can get an idea of, like today I'm in shorts. I'm here. Let's go ahead. I'm in shorts. I've got, all this going on, and yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, it's just horrible. I can't believe that I'm going to have pants on and some sort of a jacket. By the way, Sully, I think the only time you're going to see that from now moving forward is if I'm working on something, because the other day when I changed oil in the truck, it was rough. Let me show you. Everybody said that these trucks, I kind of pulled over it, darn it. Everybody said that these engines, that they're drain plugs, when you pull them out, that it's a relatively good size hole, and it just comes blasting out. And the fact that this thing only supposed to run 5W20, that stuff is like water. I mean, it really is like water. And when it came out, it just blew everywhere. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but the gravel difference in color, it changed. Yeah, the color changed drastically because it was hitting the drain pan, so hard that it just splashed out of the drain pan. It just hit and blasted everywhere. I mean, it was bad. It was not good at all. So I'm dealing with that out in the driveway, and the oil's going everywhere. It was a blessing in disguise what happened. And I've always had metal car ramps for years. I've never had any issues really. So I've got these plastic ones, and I put them out in the driveway, and as I'm driving up on them, they kept on sliding. They kept on scooting away. So it was a blessing in disguise that I had to move them into the gravel, because I really wouldn't want that mess all over the asphalt. But the asphalt, then again, is just some sort of oil-based, petroleum-based thing anyways. But I probably would have put floor dry all over it and cleaned it up that way, but in the driveway here I can't, in the gravel. So get back to what I was saying about the baggie. That's what I was wearing. So my whole arm and my back, everything was covered in oil as fast as it would come out. So I won't wear that unless I'm just working on stuff from now on, because I got most of the stain out, but there's still stain there. Was that exciting? Was that an exciting story? What a difference a day makes. A couple different things. First of all, the rain. Yeah. Yesterday's high was 82. Today's high is 60. Not exactly warm. The other thing, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday, we were without an RV, and today we are with an RV. Not just now, not here, soon to be. So we found a pretty good deal, and it worked out so far pretty good. Here's what I'm finding. And you guys seen that post I made on Facebook. If not, go check us out on Facebook. There's some real junk out there. I mean, the stuff we looked at was just horrible. And someone had made a comment, I can't remember who it was, in the last video, which was, I think, our shopping video, when we were shopping for RVs. Rightfully so. They were talking about the warranty and how bad it is. And yeah, the warranties aren't the best. But I'm just wanting them for the parts. That's the best thing. Whenever we had, boy, the wind just kicked up out of nowhere. Whenever we had, in the past, needed the warranty work done on our Rockwood travel trailer, parts, that was it. They shipped us parts because it was still under warranty. Now, going forward with our fifth wheel, the other thing you can do, at least with Forest River products, is if you buy a new RV, you can sign up for the Frog Rally, and it's kind of cool. They feed you darn near every day. I think 2 meals a day, every day except for one day maybe. You know, of course, you get a camping spot with hookups, and there's all kinds of vendors and shows and everything that's going on there. But more importantly, you can put down a request for service on a few different items. I think maybe 2 or 3 items, and they will repair it if possible right then on site, which that's what happened with us. Now the wind changed. Now it's blowing from behind me. So that was another thing that, you know, you can only do when you have a warranty. But yeah, I know the warranty's only as good as the dealership, and a lot of RVs stay in jail, in warranty jail, I guess you could say. And I get it. I mean, all of that. I get all of that. And with that, we were shopping for used more than new right now. We wanted new because we were used to new, but we did come across a thing that seems to be on the surface okay, not without flaws, not without faults, by no means, but it was the best situation for us. You know, I just did all that work on that travel trailer that we had here just to sell it immediately, because we found it wasn't right for us. So we kind of went with what we knew as far as layout and what we would feel comfortable with, something that we would walk into and go, oh, okay, this is nice, we like this. You've seen us do that during shopping. And for you guys that love to watch us go RV shopping, oh, we love going RV shopping, and we're going to try to do more of that, I think, still. It's going to be hard to get Heidi to go out and do that, though, when we already have an RV. I'll be honest. But yeah, I think that would be kind of fun to do, a little bit more to see what's out there, maybe at the RV shows. I don't know. I kind of like throwing the used ones in there too, though, just so people can see. So we did pick up a used one. I'm going out there today. The gentleman went ahead and had the title notarized over, and he sent me a message. It's Saturday at time of filming, and he says, hey, I got it notarized, it's ready to go. And that's all we needed. Heidi and I went and looked at it pretty good last night. Again, we found some flaws. We found some things on it that it needed, but ultimately we can live with what's going on there. And the repairs, the fixes are pretty simple so far. You know, that's how it all starts, though. I am under no delusion that I'm not going to go out, get this thing, bring it home, and eventually go, oh my, this is going to be a problem. As it is right now, I already have to, and Heidi has ordered me a new hitch for the back of the truck, because this hitch is a class 3 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm only good for 1,000 pounds tongue weight with weight redistribution, or a weight distribution system. Well, the trailer has a heavy tongue weight, which I wanted in case I put a rack on the back of it with a generator. I wanted a heavier tongue weight. That way some of it could go back to the back and still have plenty of tongue weight. I don't want to get into too many details because that gets really boring, but you guys get the sense of a teeter-totter. If you put a fat kid on the one end, which would be the tongue weight, and it might be just a little on the high side, you put a kid on the other side of the teeter-totter to help, bring that up a little bit, take a little bit of weight off the bottom of that board. So the fact that with that and this ProPride hitch, that adds about 200 pounds. So I would be at 940 pounds. And this hitch that I have, the receiver that I have on the truck, is rated for 1,000 pounds with a weight distribution system. That's too close for comfort there. I want something a little bit better. And of course they make something better. And of course Heidi has it at her work. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop in the truck here, and I'm going to do a once around in the garage to make sure I don't need anything. I can't really think of anything that I would go, oh man, I wish I would have brought that, but I'll look just in case before I go do this. Well, here we are at an undisclosed location. No, really, we're not. Look, this is State Route 45. You guys know where this is? That's right, it's the bison farm. So anyways, this is the RV that I'll be picking up, and it's in pretty darn good shape. It needs cleaned, but it's a 2019. So let's go ahead and do those numbers. It's a 2019, and this is got a gross vehicle weight rating of 7,740 pounds with a cargo carrying capacity of 1,991 pounds. Nice. Electric jack, not electric stabilizers, 20-pound propane tanks. And then I'm coming in here to close down or shut a window. There's a window that's actually open that he didn't know about. He said he didn't realize it was open. And the slide's in. It's a nice layout, guys. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a nice layout. Now it says it had, he said he had, there we go. Yeah, it's got a battery there. I wonder why he thought it didn't have a good battery. But yeah, this thing here was a little questionable. I said, hey, the window's open. He goes, I did not know that. I'm just looking here to see if it got wet in. Yeah, it did get wet. It's puddled up there. It puddled on the floor a little bit too. I know you guys can't see that. Let me turn you guys a little bit more and put it down. This camera's a little funky whenever I'm doing this. There you go. You can kind of see what I'm seeing there. So water did get in, but it's not horrible. It kind of sucks. So let me show you what the problem is with the RV that we can find, but we're okay with it. Over on this side here, I'm going to crawl on this bed. Right here, it got wet. You can see, right? And you can see here too. See how the water's coming in? Now, it's not horrible, and it has to do all with this window. It's not the roof. So what I got to do is I got to make a repair on this window. And the floor is a little bit soft, but nothing crazy. This is going to be a good news. Let me see if I can bring this back up. Yeah, so we've got the potential that if we wanted to figure out a way to do it, we could potentially put a sliding door on here and make this bathroom accessible whenever you're in travel mode with the slide in. Yeah, we might do that because there is room for that. It's a nice bathroom too. But yeah, this is it. What do you guys think? We're gonna get this thing hooked up and head in down the road. So some of the stuff that I kind of glazed over real quick here. You have the one-piece solid steps. That's nice. And we do have an outdoor kitchen. But it's just the sink and the refrigerator, and the sink had some water damage done to it. Heidi don't want the sink or the refrigerator in there, so that's going to come out. And then you can see the back here, and Heidi's going to be excited because it is prepped for a rear camera, and I did not know that. And I mentioned to her it's not a big deal to do. Okay, I got to put my tag on here, and as far as weight wise, this has a very heavy tongue weight, which is fine with me. The tongue weight on this is 740 pounds. That is considerable tongue weight for a trailer that's this light, but that's done for a reason. Like I said, we're going to be able to put a rack on the back if we need to for generators. All right, let me get this buttoned up because I need to get going while the weather's still kind of staying good. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's a handful. I mean, for it to be, you know, no sway control, and the hitch isn't the correct, you know, the ball isn't the right height. So the front end's, you know, up a little bit. I mean, it's okay, but we'll take a look at it here in a little bit. I want to get down the road quite a ways before I talk about it anymore, because the police district that I just went through, man, there's cops on every corner. I don't want to deal with any of that. So yeah, this thing's swaying around quite a bit. I think it's kind of funny that we have you know, this high dollar hitch at home, and I don't have anything back there. I just didn't want to spend the time hooking up the hitch at his place. So yeah, I was showing you there inside the RV, that window closest to the bedroom on what, let's say, the utility side, not the camp side, but the utility side, the driver's side, if you could do it that way. That one, that's still leaking, so I'm gonna have to see what's going on there. Nice thing is the lights work real well, the brakes are exceptional, and like I said before, these tires are from December of 2025, so good. I'm running through some really bumpy roads now, which is fine. If there's anything, you know, going to be a problem, I want it to happen now. But yeah, this is this thing's a handful. I haven't had a vehicle that has definitely needed a weight distribution system like this, and specifically on something that's this size, since our last F-150, which has been years ago when we first started the channel. F-150s are definitely real flimsy when it comes to towing. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'm telling you that there is a lot of weird squirtiness, sliminess going on in the suspension to where it feels like it's just wandering around back there. I don't like that. I like that to be really solid when I'm towing. So I'm sure the weight distribution will, you know, help that quite a bit. It's just, it was nice that our last vehicle, the weight distribution just helped, but it wasn't definitely needed. But it helped. So, well, we'll get back to the house. Let me focus on driving. Oh my, I didn't know it was this bad. Look at this. That hitch should have been way higher than what it was, right? This thing was doing a lot of shimmying and shaking when we were going down the street, but oh well. It doesn't necessarily show up on the camera here, but it is definitely dipped. All right, let me take a look at this and see what I got to do. Okay, so it's time that we get a little familiar with this, and I'm going to point out all the flaws, because that's what I like to do. Uh-oh, need a new cover, don't know what to do. Maybe we shouldn't have bought it. I'm kidding. I'm talking flaws, like real flaws. Okay, the what's this called? The slide needs to be adjusted to where it's a little bit tighter once it's all the way in. There's adjustments in there to do that on that rack and pinion. It is a rack and pinion slide. Also, Heidi and I want to paint this area. We want to paint that, repaint it. It's all wood. I just think it needs repainted. This is loose. This little screw here. No damage though. Everything feels good. This is all covered, which is like a housing siding, I guess you could say. It's just a little bit different. But when the slide is in, this kind of looks like it's peeled out when I'm driving down the road. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it just needs pushed back in, tell you the truth. I don't know. Maybe that's all it needs. This window leaks. Look, you see this? This is coming from somewhere. This is coming from in here somewhere. This brown stuff. Because it's leaking inside also. So I'm going to have to most likely look at working on that window and seeing what's going on inside there. I don't think it's up top. Everything looks real good up there. But, you know, when you get a new camper, you never know. And again, I'm pointing out all of the problems I can find. I don't really care that it has manual leveling. I am spoiled with that. I'm used to just pushing a couple buttons and it being done. The jack works great. It's got a new battery. Propane tanks are full. I'm supposed to tell you about the bad stuff. Oh, here's some bad stuff. Look at this. The RV is level. That should get you an idea of what I got to do with my hitch to make that thing work. That is pretty incredible that it's that much difference. Well, that's another day. That's another thing, but I don't like it. I don't like that. And that's an issue. It looks good. It needs cleaned. Heidi is going to be freaked out because I showed this to you without it being clean. This is just goop that's on here that needs taken away. You can kind of see there. Just think about this. In 2022, that structural warranty went away. It's got a nice pass-through. Goes all the way through. Got a little light here. I don't think that helps very much, but yeah. Of course, it's wood. It's not aluminum. Yeah, I kind of like this area. Everything's smells real nice. That's the other thing. The RV, it smells nice. It doesn't have any perfumey smell, which a lot of people, they'll mask their problems with mold and stuff. I like these steps. We finally got the step with the big landing on it. Heidi's always wanted that. This is a regular tank heater, furnace, and then this is a regular tank, water tank. I have a tankless water heater I can install in here if I want. Okay, let's look at the bad part. This thing leaked at some point. The good news is it leaked on the kitchen. It didn't leak on the floor in here so much. So this is a little compressor refrigerator. It's ever chilled. This came with the RV. But look at the sink. Look at this. Look at all this where it's all swollen up. Look at that. See that? I sound like, what's his name? Would you look at that? Just look at it.
Look at that.
I'll put that
Just
on.
look at that.
I can't pull it out either. I'd have to drill it.
Would you just look
out.
at it?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the only mark.
I mean, just look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, just get a look at that.
But yeah, it's solid down here. That's all I was worried about. All this is solid, but you can see this is all. So Heidi, she don't like this at all. And she says it's stupid. I have to agree. I've never had a need to want to wash my hands outside. Now, everybody's got their own thing, you know. Everybody does their own thing. They've got their own reason to do their own stuff. Now, I could easily remove the countertop and replace everything and make it look nicer. But I think in this case, the refrigerator's going to go. We don't have but just one grandson, and if he's coming over to visit, he can come in the RV. I don't care if his feet are muddy or whatever. He can kick off his shoes and come in and get something to drink or something to eat. He doesn't have to be, you know, relegated to coming out here using this little refrigerator thing. Speaking of which, I've got the RV plugged in. And that's, oh yeah, shit, that's on. Okay, let me turn that off, because those tubes back here are freezing. Yeah, okay. So that'll have to go. And we're thinking about just taking all this out, because even if Heidi was to cook, you know, have some sort of cooktop, this is okay for her, but she can always just cook, you know, with a table or something. We could always put a little table in here, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. I just don't, I would rather have the room and not the weight just for a sink. Although it's cool, it was an option and they did option it in there. That's kind of nice. The slide went in and out really well. I meant to tell you that. The fan didn't work, but it could be because the fan is blocked off or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at that. Step inside.
Step inside, walk this way. Step right up and don't be shy.
Okay, you want to get to see something for the first time ever for us? Well, it's nice and warm in here. I'll show you that to you in a second. I haven't put out the awning yet. So, welcome to the first awning put out. See if this is bad. Ooh, so far it's moving just like our old one did. That's good. Looks not, it's not filthy. I mean, it needs cleaned, but it's not horrible. Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have an awning. Let's see if I can get that balance to fall. There we go. Look at that. We have an awning. Not only that, but look at this. I'm getting, so we got a little porch light. We have some mood lights. A lot of these LEDs are busted out, but I don't care. It's a bug attractor anyways, but that is slick, right? Now, I don't know how the rain dumps work on these. I don't remember this having a tilt option or anything like that. Let me see here. No. Yeah, it doesn't. You just have this here for adjustments, which is different. I'll have to read the instructions on this. Oh, there it goes right there. Minimum pitch, maximum pitch. Adjust pitch as desired. So apparently you have to adjust the pitch with this. I think it's okay right now. Let me see how close the door is. Yeah, it could probably come down a little bit. And it only has 2 spots more it can come down. We probably would do that. But here's the thing. We have an awning. And it works. It's not slow. It does what it's supposed to. Heidi will enjoy that. I can't leave it out because I don't think she can hit it. Or I would leave it out. Maybe I'll leave it out just for fun. I'm excited. This is me excited, by the way, guys. Let's see. Little light. What's that? Okay, that's outside light. There. Okay, yep, 2 lights there. Okay, so a lot of these lights are manual lights. Let me see what happens when I leave that on. Yeah, so a lot of these lights are manual lights. You can see what happens here. I like that this is new enough. There's USB there. There's USB there. We are some electric using people. Check this out. He just installed this TV. He said it's relatively new. It's a Philips. It's a smart TV. I just was doing the update on there. Restart, okay. So good. That's a huge TV, by the way. That's very big. And then in the bedroom, let me see. Light switch is on this side, I think. We have to flip around. Yep, there's a light switch. We'll turn that on. There's still 2 more lights above the bed. I guess we could turn that on just for the fun of it. He said, please ignore my wife's fixing. He said she's the one that put the paper up there. And I said, that's all right. Heidi likes it. She says it looks okay, and it matches the paper here. He goes, it's just peel and stick. And I have this door in the back of my truck. and it's fine. There's a little wear to it, but it's pretty much fine. Let's go ahead and feel this. Yeah, it's just peel and stick up here. She just wants something that looked a little nicer. I think it looks fine. I think it looks quite fine. Okay, USB plugs, both sides, and then we've got this, of course, little wardrobe. This is for short people. There's storage underneath the bed, but the best part, oh, let me go ahead and do this. I forgot I was doing an update on this. Looks like it got done. Another smart TV, and he said this is a new TV also. So that's cool. Got great TV in the bedroom, huh? He did this. I'm going to get rid of this. This is a DVD player. I don't even own a DVD. Well, no, that's not true. I do own a few DVDs, maybe 4. The mattress is a like a memory foam mattress. I don't know if we have to do anything right now with that. Let's go ahead and show you what's underneath here, and it's cool. It's old. It's kind of clunky, but it's I like it. Guess what it is? That's the water tank. So it's only got 36 gallon fresh, or 32, one or the other, and 32 black, 32 gray. Remember, this is we're not living in this full time. We're not going out boondocking or anything. But even if we did, and we wanted more water, well, guess what? I can put a bigger tank in here. I can put a, it looks like about a 40, 50 tank. I could put a 50 to 100 gallon tank in here if I wanted. But I kind of like it because I don't have to necessarily winterize it in the same manner or be concerned about it as much. All right, we got all these lights on. The blinds, they all need attention. And again, this window's jacked up. I'm going to have to see what's going on with it. And I'm not talking about the blind. I'm talking about the leaking thing that's going on here. It's weird, but I think if I pull the window out and take a good look at it, we'll get a good idea of what's going on there. I mean, the paneling is the paneling. It's all right. I don't see anything above it, which is good. That's a real good thing. All this looks really good as far as what I'm showing you here, as far as the seal. We'll have to one day wipe all that down, of course. Nice sliding windows. I guess I can show that to you real quick. There you go. I didn't want to stare at the neighbor, but again, they left this open last night. He goes, oh, I didn't even know. Oh, that's why. It opened again. It doesn't lock. That's weird. It should lock. Yeah, there. You just have to kind of force it. That's what happened. At some point, he must have towed it and it stayed open. Yeah, see, that one's solid. Of course, storage underneath, but there's no drawers, so you actually have to get underneath, take the cushions off. This here, he pointed that out to us. I think we can turn this around and it'd be to the back side. It looked a lot better. Lots of cabinets in here, considering. This is some sort of a pull-out bed. I don't know if there's anything there. No. Okay, so this is just a lift jackknife bed, just like normal. And again, I already pointed out the USBs. I'm going to stomp it on the floor. I have my other shoes on, so my heels feel like the floor's soft, and it's not. It threw me off. All right. Drawer, all on slides. Was that a soft slide? Nah. I was going to say there's no way. And, of course, the bottom one. But it's got good cabinets in here. Right? Heidi likes this. She talked about it already. There's a bunch of information in here about trailer weight specifications, freshwater, all that stuff. The certification. This is built with F4 star plywood. You know what I know about that? Absolute nothing. I'm going to take a picture of this real quick. Capture. All right. We know the microwaves works. Like I said, the only thing that I haven't really, I don't know what's going on with this. It could be the switch, could be the fan's bad, could be that the fan doesn't move when it's in some sort of storage mode. I remember there used to be arms that you would pull for that. I don't know. The glass top, I don't like it. I don't like that. I just don't like it, but it's there. That's the thing. They do have some kind of smelly things in here. I don't know what that is, some sort of nightlight. That's for the hot water there. Double sink, not bad. This does give Heidi some counter space, you can see here. And he did point this out, this trim. I could probably hammer that with my hands, since my hands are hammers. There, my hand's a hammer, and now it's hammered, and it's fixed. Yeah, he was concerned about that too. He said it was pulled away, and no big deal. But yeah, it's got a double sink. We'd rather have a single sink, but I'll have to say that they stayed kind of calm with this size, which isn't bad. Nice. Again, I like the way it looks. Okay, big plus. I love this. Even though this is one of the first years of these things, we've got ourselves a 12-volt refrigerator. It's a 12-volt compressor, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look here. Yeah, it's listed here. It says rated voltage DC 12. I know that's kind of hard to see, but that's what we got. So we'll be able to go down the road, and the best part is again, two things. One, you have this big opening that is normally taken up with the stupid cooling fins that are in the inside, and then all that stuff that's on the back side. I'm going to pause right just quick here, and the Dometic refrigerator that came with this model originally, you know, the standard AC, LP, gas, whatever one that I'm talking about that has the fins in the back, that has 6.1 cubic feet of space for food. And this one, which is essentially the exact same size, has 10.7 cubic feet due to the fact that the design doesn't have all those fins that are required on the inside of the refrigerator, and also all of the burn stuff that's on the backside. You know, all those tubes that is filled with the ammonia. It's not needed with the 12-volt compressor. So that is a big plus. Well, that has to stay cool, you know, and you got a flame that's going on there. This one, yeah, I'll go back out and show you, because I'm sure you probably don't remember seeing it. There's no vent for it. This black vent that you're seeing right here, that's for the oven. There's no vent for the refrigerator, because you don't need a vent for the refrigerator. The refrigerator is like a refrigerator in the house. You just have to have a certain gap space for it to cool, and it's got that. Okay, obviously the furnace works just fine. I'm turning it down. Now, I don't have this plugged into a generator, which I guess I should. If I did, I could tell you more about this air conditioner, and I'd fill it with water and we'd see what the tanks are like. I'd de-winterize it. All right. Obviously, this is gone or whatever. Here's what I was talking about, cabinet space. And this is what I'm talking about, cheap. Remember when we went and looked? Oh, there's the top for the radar detector or smoke detector there. When we used to go back and do shopping, is there a light in here? Wow, we're going to have to put some lights. This is very dark, this whole area. We'll put motion lights in there. They're battery powered. We used them in our old RV. We have them all over the house, like when I go down the steps and stuff. They last for a long time, guys. And they run on 4 AA's, and we only changed our AA batteries one time in the 3 years we were on the road with both RVs. So anyways, if I can find a link for that, I will. I'll put them in, but yeah, I don't even know if they make those still. So when we went shopping for all RVs, I talked about how you can tell if it's cheap. Hear that? That's pretty cheap. I mean, that's really, really cheap. Whenever you get those latches going, boing, that means everything's flimsy. I don't care in this one. We really don't care. But look at the cabinets. They're big. We got a lot of storage. So if we don't have enough hanging space in there, we have hanging in here, right? Which we could do. Of course, the fuse panel and everything there. I don't think there's anything behind here to be concerned with. Oh, an outlet. Okay, sure. Why not? There's an outlet. So there's an outlet there. Wonder if there's any outlets on this thing. Nope, I don't see any outlets there. So, I would expect there to be one here somewhere. Oh, I did neglect to show you here too. Storage, right? Nice. Kind of dark, sorry, but we do have storage in there. Like I said, I checked the oven. Everything works good there. Of course, that's the water tank, the hot water. We'll eventually play around with that, see what we're going to do. Now into the bathroom. Now, I can tell that at some point the door got caught up on the slide. We're going to have to tie this back in because look, see that? It's just freestanding. Not a big deal. I'm not concerned about that. It just, like I said, I'm sure that door got caught on the slide. I showed you earlier how this thing real close. I would love to put a sliding barn door for our bathroom here. I wouldn't even care if it wasn't, an accordion. That would be nice, right? Okay, here we go. Look at all these cabinets. Lots of linen storage in here. And I'll show you, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but that it goes up probably to just my beginning of my forearm muscle that's left. And then down here, got another one. Shower needs cleaned. Just ignore that. We have a skylight up here. I was talking about how I wanted a skylight, and here's the shower. Not overly big at all, but you got to remember the one thing about this RV. It's 28 feet long. The overall length is 28 feet long. Remember when I went looking for RVs and I said, oh my God, the floor flexes underneath my feet. This is one of them. This thing flexes underneath my feet like nobody's business. So no dancing in here. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could go through that access panel and sure it up. Put something in there. Foam or anything to make that a little bit more sturdy. I'm not concerned with that. Look at this, everybody. I want everybody to cheer at the same time. Everybody cheer at the same time. Mike can use the bathroom. Can you believe it? Yay, go Mike. Yeah, I'm so excited that I have a commode that I can use with leg room. I just wanted leg room. That's all. Is that too much to ask? Couple outlets, medicine cabinet. I think there's something down here as far as some space. Yeah, look at that. We got some stuff back there we're going to have to dig out. We got some stuff down there we're going to have to dig out. Okay, so we ran out of space. That was pretty much it. Oh, wait a minute. We might have a little bit of storage. Hanging storage too, if we want. How far is this? A lot. Yeah. I know you probably can't tell. I don't know if you can see this. But check this out. Let me show you. This is me reaching in. And I'll try to show you here. My arm. I can touch the wall there. It is deep. I like that that's there. I really like that. Heidi will be excited as well. You got some sort of a glass door. I don't know what in the world would that be for? It looks like some sort of an oven top or something. I don't know what that'd be. By the way, this has the best fan in the world. Look at those blades. Wonder how much air that thing can circulate. I bet you it just goes 6,000 miles an hour. Ooh, listen to it go. It's flying. So I need just new fan blades if I want to keep that little fan. But yeah, here's all the, you can see them all. They're all broke right there. I don't know how that happened. It just got old, I guess. But boy, I'll tell you what, I am so excited about this RV. For towing, unfortunately, you know, the truck isn't exactly what we're used to towing with, but oh well. So what do you guys think? Did we do pretty good with this one? Like I said, you can see the water here. You can see, hell, it's puddling up right now. And it's that brown water or whatever. I don't know what that is, but there's a decent amount there. I'm going to have to clean that up and see what's going on. I have a feeling that once this window is removed, everything will be revealed, good and bad, but I do want the leak to stop. As far as like that little section here that you can see is separated, I'll try to find some kind of I don't know, something to fix that with. But it's mainly just the water coming in I'm concerned with. It's been happening for a while too. And it just doesn't make any sense because it just don't make any sense. All right, so the last thing I got to do is look at the roof. I have yet to look at the roof. I did something that I promised that I wouldn't do, and that's trust the guy that was selling it, as he volunteered right away. Hey, we can go up on the roof. You know, it's 8 o'clock at night. We're out there with flashlights. Even today, I thought, man, with all the rain that we had, it poured. I'm going to see if something comes in. And I did. I seen that there's water coming in where I just showed you. And I seen that with the window open, there's some water that came in there. I couldn't find water anywhere else in this whole RV. So I'm assuming that the roof is in good shape. I could be wrong. I doubt it, though. Famous last words, right? But yeah, I'm excited with this. It's the perfect size. The only thing that we have to work out is, and it may not be too big of a deal, and that is getting to the bathroom when we stop for the evening. And we don't want to put a slide out. Now, the good news is it's not an overly big slide. It's not a super slide. It's still big enough, though, that it sticks out. So and somebody had asked about, or mentioned that, and I tried to explain it in the comments down below. Let me see how to say it. When you pull in at Walmart, there are times that you don't want your slides out. The way people are driving through the parking lot in the area they told you to park, you don't want the slide out. You really don't. It's bad news. If you have to put your slide out to go to the bathroom without going outside at all, in a truck stop with the trucks on both sides of you, forget it. No way. I wouldn't do it. Something else. And I mentioned this, and I put it in the comments, and I don't want to, it's not that I'm right about this. Everybody can do it their own way. When we're at a truck stop, when we pull in, those trucks are real close to us. I mean, here, I'll show you. If I was to pull into a truck stop and I was dead in the center of the truck stop parking lot, my step would be right on the line. I'm talking right, the line for my parking spot would be like right here, right where my foot is. So that's kind of difficult with, big trucks pulling in and out, that they're going to hit that, that set of stairs. That's not good. I can't have that. Well, what do you think they would do with a slide? Same thing. Not only that, but a lot of people's solution is, if they have two doors, they say, well, if I have to go to the bathroom, I'll just go in the other door. Well, now you have another set of slides that are out. The chance of getting hit again. Okay, so if you're not in truck stops, that's not an issue. That won't be an issue, but that was what we ran into. It took away an option for us to stay at truck stops because of that, because of the steps being out. But we didn't have to put out a slide. We felt comfortable doing that. Truck stops, even the rest areas, you don't want to do that with the rest areas. Just because it's the same thing. You're in a parking spot and somebody comes through and wrecks up, whatever it is. Like I said, everybody's got their own feelings about that. I feel the way that I do. And Heidi and I, we lived 2 years on the road full time, traveling a lot of that time for the first year, especially, and leaving the slide in. We could, the best part was we'd pull into a place and all we had to do was, go back as soon as I parked the truck. We got our stuff out of the truck. Heidi got her purse. I got whatever I got, usually my man purse. And we put it, inside the RV, or we possibly could carry it with us because we're going to go in and maybe get something to eat. Or if we wanted to eat something inside the RV, whatever we felt like doing. But I would, before we went in there, I would go to the back of the RV and I'd fire up the generator that we had on the back. Fire up the generator, hook it all up, and then come back in here, turn on the air conditioning, full blast, and then we know it's going to be cool for us. That night, it's already getting a jump start on the whole day. Because, of course, when you travel, the RV could be 80, 90 degrees in the back of the RV when you're going down the road. So you want to get that cooled off as soon as possible. We didn't have to put any slides out. We just put out our steps. And then we locked up. We went in, got our food. Or we just visited the place, whatever it may be, a Buc-ee's or whatever. Now, Buc-ee's, we never stayed the night, but, nonetheless, we would go visit places like that. Then we'd come back out to the RV. It had already started cooling off, and maybe we're tired, and that's it. We dress in our night clothes. We go to the bathroom. We wash our face, brush our teeth, maybe take a shower if we have some water in the thing, and they've got a dump station there, if it's like a Pilot, Flying J. And maybe we sit at the table and we have something to eat. But none of that required us to have the slide out. All it was is a set of steps. That was it. We just don't like, we like that part that then we go to bed. We wake up the next morning. If we wake up in the middle of the night, which is very common, to go to the bathroom, we went to the bathroom. Not a big deal. I mean, we just walked through it is a pass-through bathroom right next to the bedroom. In this case, the one's all the way in the back. It's a little bit different, but I think we'll figure out a way to work with that. I think, like I said, the slide, you know what? Wonder how little the slide has to be in. Let's see. Just nip that in the bud. Let's see how little. Oh, that's the plug. That's it. I still can't believe that. Only the one plug. Maybe behind the TV. So let's see how little the slide has to be out for us to open the bathroom door. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing the slide all the way in into what would be, transport mode, traveling mode. You can see the slide moves real well. No weird sounds or anything. Sounds pretty good. Locked up real well. Okay. Right now I know I can't get into the... But you know what I could do? I'm looking at solutions. You guys chime in what you think. My solution to this might be a bifold door. One that... Better yet, I think I'm going to make this door swing in. I'm going to make this door swing in. That would do everything. I mean, it's not a big deal if it swings in. Okay, let's see how little. Okay, so it's right there. I'm going to leave this open. It's going to kind of drag on the thing a little bit. Hopefully not too much. Oh, I do see something here. Look at this. It's all solid there. Why is it different there, though? That looks weird. Somebody stepped on this? No, that ain't it either. I think the trim is supposed to be over more, and it's not. I think the trim came loose, and let's check the other side. See if you can see that there. You can't really tell with that because the dinette's there. Yeah, that's kind of odd the way that is. I think it does look like it's kicked out a little bit. Anyways, let's go back to our original game. Hope you guys aren't getting bored from this. Let's see how far we got to go before that door, I can get my fat body through there. Okay, that's just a little bit, and then we'll go look. We'll go out there and look. Oh shoot, I can definitely get through there. Actually, it can be a little less than that. Actually, that's about right. Boy, am I fat. So, okay, this is all the further the slide has to be. Let's go see what it looks like from the outside. Hopefully this isn't a big deal. Oh my word, look how little that is. I might be able to live with that. I can't do it at truck stops. Wow. I might be able to do that. Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, I think that I can do that. Okay. Well, we answered that. Let's go ahead and put this slide back out. But if I make that door swing in, I don't have to worry about any of that. I'd be the hero. But there's certain safety things that you should do. For the slide going in and out. For example, this door here should have been something different because that's why it's off. I'm sure of it. It got hit with the slide. But I am pretty, I don't know if you guys know this, but they just put this cheap, see how it's behind here? What it looks like? I don't know if it's come across the lighting. It's just plastic overlay, like this. See how it's just plastic overlay? So I could literally take this trim off out here and just rotate it, and that would be it. Now the door would swing in. Let me see which way it'd swing in, though. It would swing. This is the 3D thinking. My brain's only working in 2D today. Well, I guess it don't make a difference. You know why? Because I could always flip the door, too. Maybe I'll do that. Give me a project already. Okay, I got some stuff to do. I just wanted to show you guys this. This was very, very long, but I'm really excited about it. Initially, we didn't think it was going to happen. It's not the perfect RV. It's got problems. And all of them did. This was the lesser of 16,000 evils because I seen so many different ones. This one, and this is another thing, even though I hope we don't run into this because I'm not into that myself. Do you realize that this is not yet 10 years old? It will not be 10 years old for another 3 years. That's something. Because there are campgrounds that say you cannot have an RV that is older than 10 years old. If you do have one that's 10 years old, they want to see a picture of the rig before you bring it in. I'm not, this isn't 10 years old yet. That was a big, big thing. The fact that it's just new enough, we've got, these USBs and extra, smart TVs and stuff that work. It's got, a better antenna on it than what's normal. It doesn't have the old crank up, style antenna. They got rid of that. A lot of nice features in this thing. And again, this is about as excited as you're going to see me. That's it. All right. We'll pick this up later. We'll see what Heidi says about it. Hopefully she likes it too, as much as I do. She saw it. She saw it at night. We both seen it. We both talked about it. We both negotiated a price. And yeah, so far, pretty good. We're in our new camper. We went shopping, and this is what we came up with. So let me look at Heidi's face, and then you can see already. This is, everything works as it should.
Repair number one.
And this is the first thing I come across is like, okay, that fan don't work. What's going on? Not a big deal. You know, stuff gets old, right? I mean, it happens. I don't know if...
We didn't pay $1 for this.
Right. So and then the fan in the bathroom is just pieces. But the good news is I think they're the same motor and the same fan blades. So I might be able to, because I know this motor works. Now I could, if I wanted to, steal this motor out of here and put it in the thing. But so what are your thoughts, though? I mean, what do you think about it?
We're not going to be on top of each other.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Like before we were like this far away from each other.
Yeah, that
table to the thing.
Yes.
Not that. I don't know. It's bigger. It's something that we're more used to than. It's got a lot of storage.
I think this is.
I think it's
an extended camper.
Right.
It's extended vacation.
Right. It only has one slide. There are a couple issues, not any major issues so far. Wait till he puts water in the freshwater tank. Yeah,
we'll check out the water system when it gets a little bit warmer. I mean, right now it's chilly out there and it's raining.
Rainy.
But so far a lot of the stuff does work.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we came across. I think we got a fair price for it.
It's okay. It's an okay price.
Here's the thing that I was saying to the camera earlier, and that how many of the campgrounds say it can't be 10 years old?
Well,
we have 3 years before this is 10 years old.
Right.
But we got a lot of thoughts that we want to, we already got in our head, but it's one step at a time. The first step is, making this repair, obviously. The second step is for me to test the rest of the systems. I'm going to fire up the generator. I'll go ahead and check the air conditioner, which looks to be fine. I'm going to most likely be replacing the air conditioner with a inverter style. It's not 12 volt, but it's an inverter style. It's a low power. That'll be interesting. Heidi will be out there helping me pick up 112. I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I was thinking about it. I'm wondering if I could rig up some sort of pulley system out in the pole barn on a bunch of the trusses with some long boards to spread the load out, and then lift the air conditioner up in the air and then back the camper under it and just lower it down.
Or put it in the back of the truck and Bud and I can lift it up.
Maybe. It's heavy.
I'm like...
We've done it before.
I didn't even like volunteering myself.
We did it before, haven't we?
And
how many years ago was that?
Too many.
Yeah.
That's too many. Like, I can pick up a battery and 40 or... Oh, it's only 30 pounds of oil dry now, but... I don't like it much, and I pick up these stupid heavy rotors.
The TV is spectacular.
Yeah, everything is, the stove, the microwave, we have 2 TVs.
They both work. They're both smart TVs.
We got a little DVD player.
I think we have DVDs. I'm pretty somewhere.
Sure we do.
Yeah.
Sure we do.
I went ahead and connected the sound bar to the TV. Sounds really good. I was accidentally playing out into the speakers outdoors, which was kind of funny. So the only other thing I'm concerned with is this window and why it leaks. Right. We have to figure that out. That is like priority number 1. Yeah. It's not job number 1. It's priority number 1.
I see the wall going.
Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff going on there, but it feels solid. I mean, you could go up and you can screw
whatever it is, it needs stopped.
Yes, that's all. Before it does some real damage.
Because I think that if it was older, it would be worse than this.
Yes, I agree.
So, yeah. Well, this would be nice.
But as far as the size, the layout, all I've got to do, Heidi knows, I've got to work with this door. I got to flip it around, do something.
So it goes in.
And we will have full travel access to the bathroom. And like she said, the layout's nice. I feel very comfortable. I sat down here earlier, and I feel really comfortable sitting here. I feel like we've got room. I mean,
Lincoln can come and spend the night.
Yep.
He can sleep right here.
Yeah.
It's he could probably sleep here until he's 12 years old.
So some of you had talked about that and said something to the effect of, Oh, you guys, when we went shopping, and of course, Heidi, we'll have to continue to shop. People love watching us go shopping.
I know, we did that a lot.
We did it a lot. Maybe we'll continue to do that somehow. I don't know how we'll work it in, but we'll try to work it in.
Maybe like once a month we'll go to an RV dealership.
Yeah, yeah.
Only if they let us look by ourselves.
Which the last one did. They were
She didn't
very
have
perfect.
Any problems.
Yep.
They actually had it organized.
Yep. So, anyways, going back to some of the comments we saw, people had made mention, oh, it'd be nice you get bunks, you could have your grandson over.
We looked.
But here's the thing. He's not going to come over that much.
Right.
And even if he does, he's little right now. He's 7?
Yeah, only 7.
So, I mean, it'd be different if he was 12.
Right.
I'd be looking at some place for him to actually sleep and have his own little area. But for right now, for all the camping he was going to do, he could
put a
air
mattress
mattress
here.
Or, I mean, like most people do, they take their grandkids camping, and the kids and the grandkids love it. They sleep in the tent.
Not my grandson.
Well,
Somebody steal him?
whenever he's older, we just leave the windows open. We can hear. But so we're definitely not. We didn't want to commit to having something that had 2 beds that may not get used, but anything for storage.
And we couldn't find anything that was good.
Every one of them that had the 2 beds had a little bathroom.
And they had all had issues.
And you guys, I was hoping that you guys would poke fun of that, like I did, the bathroom search. Yeah, I have to have a bathroom that I can use and feel comfortable in.
I just told him that he was going to have to use the campground bathrooms.
Which I avoided that. But
He's got himself a big bathroom.
So
that's for sure.
The towing situation on the way home was hilarious. I had captured some of it on camera, but man, it was, I have a couple pictures here. Just look at it and wait till I show you the rear. And this is the way the guy that talks about RVs all the time and hitches and setting them up correctly to have, a 1/2 inch drop in the front and so much weight on the front and all that stuff and making sure it's balanced and loaded correctly and going down the highway and checking your brakes and, all that stuff that I've preached over the years. And just to get this thing home, look at what kind of hoopy ride I had going on getting this thing back. And I'm going to tell you, it was a handful. All that weight of this long trailer was making my truck squat just enough, but the problem was my hitch was too low to start with. So it had the camper leaning so hard, the rear axle of the camper had hardly any traction whatsoever. So it was like towing a 28-foot trailer with basically one axle. So every little wind, breeze, undulation in the road, chuck hole, whatever, and I was wiggling. So we'll put the Pro Pride on, and that will change everything. That'll make, of course, just taking the hitch height and correcting it for this trailer. Again, I'll show you yet another picture of this trailer being level and the truck being level. And you can see how much difference there is between what the hitch should be and what it is on the truck. Just to let you know, if you're hooking up a conventional trailer and you're not going to run weight distribution, or even if you are going to run weight distribution, your hitch ball should be 1/2 to 1 inch taller than the coupler, top of the coupler on the trailer before it's even hooked up. And my truck is, I don't know, is that 7 inches? Maybe 8 inches below that. So anyways, again, I'm excited about the trailer. I think we got a decent one. And again, we feel really comfortable in this right away. The only thing that can make us feel even more comfortable is maybe, recliners or something like that. But
I think this will be.
I think fine. It's fine. I think it's fine too. But yeah, I'm happy.
A chair right here, a folding chair.
Oh yeah.
Maybe for you.
Yeah.
Or you could just go lay in bed and watch TV.
Yeah, I got to get my wedge pillow out here.
Well, we have 2 of them.
Yes, we do. But yeah, I just wanted to get Heidi on the camera and get her remarks about what she thought about this. I mean, I gave you guys a synopsis of what I thought. And like I said, that was about the most excited you'll see me about something. I don't really get giddy or anything, but I was, as soon as I got this home, you know what this reminded me of? As far as the way I felt. You know, we had camped in tents, and then I went and got that Apache. And I'm realizing, holy cow, this is so much nicer than tent camping. And it's so comfortable in here. And we're not going to get wet anymore if we don't go outside. And this is going to be great.
Yep.
I felt that same way as I do now. And then the second thing was, that I felt the same way as I do right now, was when we had the Terry camper. And I was sitting in the Terry camper one day, and I realized that we could live in that camper if we had to. I mean,
you said that multiple times.
Yeah, which we found out right away. It was too small, but we still, on a 2-week trip, we lived in it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So, let's compare this to the elephant in the room. The Rockwood 2604 WS that they don't make anymore. That we would have most likely have had if we could have found a good price on it. We loved the Rockwood. Because we lived in it for 2 years. Everything felt comfortable about it. Let's say, though, if we still had that camper, it was the perfect size, but it might have been just a little bit too big to be not living in full time. If we were just to have it for camping,
I think it would be okay for camping.
I think I want to think that,
Yeah,
but I think it was a little overkill.
Well, I mean, the kitchen was just as small as this.
Yeah. So
I think that if you're gonna they need to improve on the kitchen. Any of them.
well, we can improve on this one, and we probably should add a shelf.
By cooking outside.
Well, I can pull out all that and put in some sort of griddle thing.
Well, I don't even care about that. That can be all the cook stuff.
That's what I'm saying. We can pull all that out and
Yeah.
put in some sort of cooktop in there that pulls out.
I don't want a cooktop.
Oh, okay.
I just want to be able to take the grill
Oh,
out.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's
Make it easy for me.
and I'll preface this so Heidi's got some sort of reference. So we just talked about the Rockwood and us living in it and it being a camper. And if we could have another one and all that stuff, that would be great.
Well, we're looking.
What about this one? What if we hit the road full time in this one?
Oh, this would be okay.
I think it would
mean,
be. It'd be different.
Well, because knowing what we know,
Yep.
you don't
Bring
need
as much
all
stuff.
the nicety stuff. Some people do.
Wonder how many thousands of dollars we could have saved if we went with this and bought this originally.
Yeah, who knows?
But then again, would this have survived what we put the Rockwood through?
Right. Yeah, it's hard to say. And, you can't compare. You can, because this is 2019. But, and that was a 2020.
Oh, yeah. This one had to have sold for at least $10,000 less than what we paid for the Rockwood back before COVID.
Right. And it could have been even less
at
a show.
Let me go ahead and let me give you the answer to that.
You have the sticker.
No, I was trying to watch videos on this camper to get layouts, and I wanted to see the outdoor kitchen.
So how much was it?
Picture this. This was when COVID was just starting. This is before shortages. This is before we knew that there was going to be the problems that there were. Mm-hmm. And this guy had it on his lot, and it had been there for an entire year. And now it's approaching 2019 and a new year, and he was trying to get rid of brand new inventory, and he was selling it for $16,500. Mm-hmm. So instead of paying $32,000 for our loaded, fully decked out Rockwood, we could have run down that dealer wherever he was and bought it for $16,500.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said about that.
You can travel. You can full-time travel on anything.
Yeah.
It just depends on how comfortable you want to be.
I like it. I like this.
This is going to do good for us.
Yeah. Just sitting here, I want to sit here and watch TV. I told Heidi, I said, you want to sleep out here tonight? If we had the bathroom and everything hooked up, I would
Get
have.
a little crazy there.
Why's that? We've slept in the Rockwood plenty of times.
I'm not.
Oh, she got to go to work tomorrow.
And,
yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing. We don't have anything in here.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I brought anything out.
Just the rug.
Oh yeah, just
We were wiping our feet. So, anyways, guys, put in the comments down below what you think. What good and bad. We like hearing, but I don't care if you guys say, "Oh, that unit sucks." My boyfriend had one. My uncle, cousin, friend at the dog park, whatever, had one, and it fell apart, or whatever.
Listen, buying used RVs sucks.
It's rough.
It's rough, and it's hard to find something that isn't don't have water damage.
And the thing
that's what it comes down to.
You got to realize is there's two groups of people. Let's say there's three groups of people that sell RVs. The first group, let's go with the age group, young group. They go out, they've got money, they go out and buy whatever it is. They don't know anything about it, and they damage all kinds of stuff. Even though it's new, they've already hit something with it, backed something into it, dropped a limb on it, forgot to winterize it, blew off pipes, repaired it, whatever. So you got that group. They're wanting to get out of their whatever they got into it as much as they can, and they needed that money to, do other things. All right, that's one type of seller. Another type of seller is the one that has it and they're using it, and there is some minor problems with it, but they're okay with it, and overall it does the job. Now, that's kind of what we fall into. We're okay if it's got some flaws and it needs a little work. As long as it's usable and it's structurally sound and everything works, and there's no chance of a problem on the road like we've had, even though we had new units. Think about that. How many leaks did we have? The back window, the skylight was a recall. I mean, the microwave quit working. The blower motor had a squirrel cage problem. I mean, there's all kinds, and that's a brand new unit. Axles, 2 new axles on there. So, but we were okay with that. So that's another type of a seller, a used RV seller of, okay, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. Okay. Then you get what I consider one of the worst sellers. And that is the ones that are the elderly that just don't care. They come from a generation, and this is my generation also too, guys, but baby boomers also, that they used to camp in tents that were canvas and they leaked. It was cold, but they had fun. And if they've got a camper that's got a bathroom they can go to and a kitchen they can cook in, as long as the water's not dripping on them, they're fine with it. And they have no intentions of repairing it. And it worked great for them. It can work for the next person. That's the other sellers that we were trying to avoid, which we kept on running into. That's the thing that I was running into a problem with, Heidi and I both, buying houses. And that's elderly people. Once they get past a certain age, they don't care if their basement seeps water. They don't care if their pipe drips down in the basement because it lands on the floor and runs to the drain anyways.
Because all the years that they lived there, they've never updated. They just maintained.
And here's the thing. I'm talking about this like it's a real crazy person or something. Heidi and I was the same way. We lived in that house for 20 years with a basement that got wet when it rained. And all we did was turn on a fan and run a fan to dry it out.
Yeah, but we didn't we didn't double our money whenever we sold our house.
And we disclosed that.
Right.
We disclosed on the seller sheet. Yeah. It says basement gets wet. So, but for the most part, we see people that are like their roofs need replaced and stuff on their homes, and they're just still asking top dollar for it, and they just don't care.
Well, like that one house that I said the drive would have sucked, that brick house. That had the little. I love that house.
So did I.
But and it was way less than this one. Your drive. The drive was,
and we would have spent $10,000, $12,000, $30,000 on the basement.
And we'd had to spend $50,000 on the rest of the house.
Right.
I mean, we would have still been living in whatever upstairs because I mean, there would have been a lot of work. But
it translates over to RVs, the exact same thing.
It does. Yeah.
It's whatever the person feels comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I can say without a doubt, other than the water that's coming in that window over there, that's my only real concern right now. Now, I'm sure there'll be other things that pop up, but not as much as that right now.
Right.
I feel good about it. I feel really good. So we talked a lot about it. We want to go in. I want to get something to eat. Again, I'm starting to slowly eat kind of normal again, which,
He can't get too crazy.
Can't get too crazy. So I'm going to have to.
trying to keep him from eating.
She made me throw away my pint of Yukon Jack. No, I'm kidding.
He didn't buy any.
I can't.
He's
One
not,
day.
He's not on the good side yet.
Yeah.
And he's just got to watch. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, I just want to be able to not so much go back to junk food. I just want to be able to tell Heidi, hey, listen, there's nothing in the house tonight. You worked a long shift. How about you just stop at Wendy's and get me a cheeseburger and a chili?
Yeah.
That's all I want to be able to do.
We have to learn to eat less, too.
So we're going to go back in. I got to turn off all the lights in here. And Heidi cleaned the place out. There's a little few surprises in here. There was a little pot there. Got a little
fancy
couple mouse turds in there. Some ant traps. That's not expected.
I can't stand these lights, man. They just are about to kill me.
If you guys remember, Heidi, she made cricket patterns that were like octopuses.
No, they were flowers.
That were flowers that go right over the light and block it and knock it down. And they're decorative.
I did them over, it was just mostly over the bed. This is going to be nice.
I think so too. I got to get the door out of the bed. Oh, no, I'll just leave. It shouldn't be getting wet in the back of the truck, right?
I don't think it ever got wet in there.
The door.
I know, but...
Okay. Because that door is in the back of the truck. Not really, as long as I don't go anywhere.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. And we'll talk to you guys later. Good morning, YouTube. I'm sorry, good afternoon. And I say good morning because, man, I did something that I haven't done in a while. And that was I ate carbs. I had carbs the other day. We had stuffed shells and meatballs. And I'm starting to test my fortitude to see as for what I can get away with, and that's what I had. That's just what I had. So for whatever reason, those carbs kicked my butt because I haven't had carbs for quite some time. I'll have a single slice of sourdough bread once every 3 days with eggs in the morning, but yeah, that was pretty unique situation. I was so dead to the world. At some point in time, I thought I heard something, and I didn't know what it was. And then at last minute, right before I fell asleep, I realized it was the generator running its weekly test. I was getting a late start to the day because of that. Normally, I'm up around anywhere between 4:45 and 6:45. Sometimes I'll sleep in as late as 8, but man, I slept in till got to be close to 9:30. It's funny how that puts your day in a weird light. The good news is for us, man, our fence guy is awesome. If you guys haven't or don't remember, it's B&L Fence. It's out in Youngstown. Just look up on Facebook or just do a search for B&L Fence in the Youngstown area, and he'll come up. And the guy's spectacular. So I let him know that I have, that wave that I was showing you back there on the fence. It took him about a week to come out and look at it. And he said, yeah, he says, I went back there, and he goes, I think we made a mistake maybe pouring the concrete. And he goes, you got a couple of posts there that the concrete has cracked. Now, we've had those winds, from that storm the other day, and we talked about that for a while, and I showed him the footage that I had on the camera. And he says, yeah, he says, that whenever that was going on, he says that storm, once it got past State Route 11, it started intensifying, and it became a tornado that dropped out in Beaver Falls. And I'm like, wow, it's kind of funny because it looked really strange. Those clouds looked really strange here, and I didn't realize that it did eventually turn into a tornado somewhere. But he says, which he was just coming out doing an inspection. He said he's going to end up coming back and dig around those poles and go down quite a ways, open it up, and pour concrete in a bigger plug, he says, to hold it. He says he's not sure why that happened. But he says, you know, it was the summer. He says the ground might have been a little bit more wet than he expected. He says that's the only thing he can think of. All right. So today, the reason that I'm out here is because I am going to take a look at the camper even more, since it's a little bit warmer today, and I'm starting to bring out some stuff. I got a bunch of cables for all those USB ports, so I can plug in phones and cameras and whatever else I want to. I think I'm going to try to take the old General RV sticker off here, just because, not that I have any ill will against them or anything like that, but the other thing I need to do, as far as the, it seems weird having to support those. The other thing I need to do is find out some kind of a solution for this door, which now that I look at it, look at this is cracked. All this paneling's cracked here. See that? Huh. I didn't notice that before. All this vinyl's cracked. I mean, that's not an issue. I'm not really concerned about it. Something must have just got a little tight there to cause that. Yeah, it's even over here. Oh well. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's perfect for us. For right now, it's perfect for us. I've got this tore apart a little bit. I needed, out of all the things, I could have put a different light in here, but I needed a new I was trying to repair this, and I can't. It's so jacked up. And you can see it's kind of specific. It's got a clip that clips into this cheap metal. I know you can't see that very well, but it clips into there, and that's what holds the light bulb. So I had to order one of these. Now, for whatever reason, this was $18. I couldn't believe it. In the meantime, you can get these, and they're like $11. So I got another complete one of these. And the reason that I did was because I'm going to take this fan blade off of here, like I'm doing right now with one hand. Watch. That's magic. Because the motor's no good, and the new motor comes with a new fan blade and motor. And I'm going to go back here, and guess what? It's exactly the same. I'm going to put this little non-good fan or blade on this fan. The fan is good. This, the motor. It doesn't mean that it's going to work very well. That's why I did that video years ago for Hengs, Hengs, that ceiling fan that you could replace from the inside without getting on the roof. I'm not going to that extent. I just want the little fan. That is going to be future projects at some point. I don't know. I also ran into another problem with something that I was looking at, and that was the air conditioner that I was going to install, the inverter air conditioner. I don't think that that's going to work out because it's 13,500 BTU, which should be enough for this camper. This camper's not very big, right? However, this one's a 15,000 BTU. I like the idea that there's a 15,000 BTU up there. Also, this one is ducted. You can see we got duct worked in all these that kind of spin around and point to where you want them to go. Yeah, that's something that the other air conditioner, there's not a lineup there that works. Yikes. So that's the first problem. So I have a complete air conditioner that is out in the garage. That's an inverter style air conditioner that looks very nice, has a lot of nice features, remote controls, smart Wi-Fi, all that stuff, and I can't use it. Not only that, but that same company, I was doing a review on a tankless water heater. Look at this. This beast is just a 6-gallon water heater. But look how big the opening is. It's a big rectangle. I've never had an RV until this one that has a 6-gallon hot water tank that is this big of an opening. Usually it's a rectangle. So whenever I ordered the tankless water heater that I was going to do a review on, they set me up with one that's a rectangle. Well, guess what? It's not going to work for this. So now I'm kind of stuck. All right, so I want your guys' opinion on this. Should I put the tankless water heater in here that I have from previous review some time ago, a long time ago, which the review didn't happen because of different reasons. But if I have a square open hot water heater, a tankless, should I install that? Just let me know down in the comments. Now you can already tell this anode rod has seen its better day. I don't know if it's been flushed out, but I'm gonna have to flush it. I'm gonna have to do some work there. That's not what we're doing today though, although that will be a nice project, right? Can't wait. Get you guys to watch that. The thing that I think I'm going to do today, because I'm waiting on those parts, they're not going to be until tomorrow. This here, I think it's time to make this work for Heidi today. So what I'm going to do is see what it's going to take to cap off the water coming here into this unit. I'm going to pull this refrigerator out. Maybe our son wants that refrigerator in his room. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we put it down in the basement. Oops, sorry. Maybe we can put it in the basement. What do you think? Have a little Everchill in the basement. Oh, he left us. That's nice. Left us a stick lighter. Another stick lighter. Right? 2 stick lighters. What else got up here? 2 flags. Oh, we love fly swatters. We always like having extra fly swatters. I like it's got an electrical outlet here. The American flag. And what else? Got 2 more American flags. How about that? No thousands of dollars hidden away. The trim's a little bit loose there. But yeah, I mean, there's part of me it's kind of sad that we're going to get rid of, this nice little station and that. I'll tell you how we would keep it. I would keep it just like this if a few things. If the sink was moved over here to this side, number 1. If, I could replace the countertop. That's not a bother. But if this was over here, we did not have a refrigerator, and we had a sliding grill option to where we could slide it and bring out a grill. Now, there would be concerns about, okay, the smoke getting back into the unit, which it would trap it. Oh, nice. It's got even light in here. It would trap it. Heidi says the only thing she wants, which I get it, is she says, I just want to have our Weber grill. I want to have the Weber grill in here. She goes, if you think you can mount a propane tank in here that is safe, she goes, let's do that. She says, and we can just make it to where I can come out, grab the Weber grill. It's already hooked up to the propane on, for a hose that's got length to it. And she goes, and I can just set up a table, or we can have it close to the picnic table and just cook that way. So that's what we're thinking. Don't know if that's the way we're going to go, but just letting you guys know what I'm planning on doing today is taking this out. So I've got to worry about a drain, and I've got to worry about 2 water inlets underneath here. So let's take a look at that, and or let me take a look at that. I don't know how interesting that would be for you guys. This thing's just tall enough that I hit it with my head. It's right at 6 foot. my head hits it. Then what I've got to do at some point is start looking at what it's going to take to get the hitch set up on the truck. So lots of little projects today, lots of little things to do. Also, before I do this, I gotta find, let's go inside the house real quick. Oh, let's put out the awning also. I like keeping the awnings dried out. You know, that's how you get that black mold that never goes away. Plus it works the awning. The awning sounds pretty good. I mean, there's a couple holes up there, but it sounds good, right? The motor sounds really good. It travels at a good speed. Oh, did I get the valance there? Am I that far? Oh yeah. Let's see if we can get that valance. There we go. That's through years of practice. All right, so we'll leave that out. We'll leave the steps out, and I will attempt. I need to find a phone mount. So let's go in the house, see if I can find a phone mount. I'll bring you guys with you, with me. Man, am I having a stroke? Kind of. Door's locked. There's the magic. And I'm going to say the A word, so everybody hold their ears. Oh. Turn on basement. Okay, now I have somewhere a bunch of different mounts. I don't know if it's up in here. Oop, I hit you guys. Bumped your heads. Let's see if it's in here. I don't remember. This has been going on for a while. Nope. Those are all eyeglasses and sunglasses. I forgot I had all those. We'll have to go through that. Okay, I know it's not in there. Okay, here's some mounts. Let's see if this is it. Hey, there it is. Check that out. All that work to find the cheap phone mount that I was looking for. Man, that took forever. All right, we'll just leave this stuff here because why? I'm messy right now. I got you guys as company. I don't want to disturb you. In the meantime, what did I do with that really nice phone mount? Did I bring it over here somewhere? Because I like using that for other stuff. Oh no. See how this works? I lost that phone mount. Oh, here it is. Woo, thank God. Oh man, I would have been looking for that. This is the way my brain works, and you guys are saying, oh God, here we go. I planned on, at some point in time over the winter, to do yard sale on eBay. So I was going to do eBay. Now, I've already talked about this before, and that's what all this packaging is for. This is all eBay. And I was going to eBay off a bunch of crap, a bunch of stuff that I have. So like all this stuff, there's a wireless solar camera. Here's a wireless FM transmitter. Here's a 20-watt solar panel maintainer that you can plug into your vehicle and charge your battery using, just throwing that up in your windshield during the winter. Let's see, jump starter. What's this? Battery charger and maintainer. Some kind of a smart charger of some kind. I don't know. What else we got here? Oh yeah, this really nice fan, camping fan. I should get that out. Heidi might want to use that. It's oscillating. It does all kinds of stuff. It's battery powered, obviously. Here's a inverter, a 12-volt, 1200 watt inverter, which I don't know. That seems. This hitch. We have a solar panel down here, 100 watt folding solar panel. What else? Some kind of aquarium thing. There's some sunglasses. And I'm forgetting some other stuff here. Oh, yeah. Nope, not the lithium battery that goes on the RV. What's this? The Felly. So I have the backpack. I have a wagon, but the portable dishwasher, a wheelchair, but all that stuff goes. That's just going locally, the big stuff. But I also then wanted to go through and sell all of like our fire cubes. And I started getting some of this stuff together. You can see here's for the Instago 2, and that's this little one that I was showing you that I like so well. That's the packaging for it. That's the other thing. I have a lot of the packaging for this stuff. I have this 360 camera. Nope, that's mine. That's the one I'm shooting with now. Sorry, I have, let's try that again. I have this 360 camera and all this crap that goes with it, which I've shot a lot of 360 video with that, and that works well. So I upgraded to the next 360 camera. And of course, what I'm showing you here represents hundreds of dollars per camera. I mean, I think when this one came out, I think I paid $400 for it. When this little Insta 360 Go came out, the first one, I think I paid $300 for that. Then I got the next one, and that was $500. This action cam, when I first got it, was I don't know, $400, maybe more. This one here was like $200, and then I bought all the options for it. Then I got another this camera here was like I said, it was like $450 or something. I really didn't have the money for it at the time, but I knew I needed to shoot better video, so that's what we were using. This stuff gets real expensive real fast. I mean, I got a lot of stuff here that it's like, man, I cannot believe. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to give this lesson to you guys right now, so you can take this for what it's worth. If you guys want to shoot video and you want to post it on YouTube, get yourself a good camera on your cell phone, whatever that may be. And that's not hard to do. You just buy yourself a nice cell phone, okay? You're going to be using your cell phone anyways. Why not get a nice one that has a nice camera? Get a good mount for it, a good whatever that may be. Now, something's happened in the last few years. Now, I'm not an Apple guy. I've tried Apple products. I just don't like them. But something happened a few years ago that changed everything with Apple, and now it's all on Android too. You can buy phone cases that have magnetic mounts, right? That's what these are. And what that does is allow your phone, if you have a case that has a mag mount like this, so now I have exactly what I'm holding in my hand with my right hand that you guys are seeing me with, that I'm nodding at. I have that here over off to the side, exact same thing. Now the difference is the camera I'm currently shooting with, it does a lot of nice stuff, but what I'm doing right now, flipping around, looking at me, then flipping around and looking at the other direction, my phone does the same thing. My phone does the exact same thing with this stick and a case and the phone. So why would I be using this thing? Well, because I shoot so much video. Now, if you guys aren't shooting a lot of video or you just want to try it out, there's no sense in doing all this crap that I'm doing. The best part about the best part about the camera that I have now currently is what you guys probably don't necessarily realize you're even seeing, but boy, does it work. And that is, I'm jerking this thing all around as I talk to you. And for the most part, other than the spinning around part, me going different directions, you're not seeing how much this camera could be moving. I've got this thing facing straight forward, right? And I'm holding it in the same manner I just was. Now I've got this thing pointed to the ground. my camera is straight to the ground, and it's still showing you as if I'm walking straight normally. So if I ever came up to somebody and I said, hey, my camera's, I'm just filming the ground, they have no idea that I'm filming right in front of me. Everything, I just moved it back up again. Now I've got it pointed up at the ceiling, like almost straight up at the ceiling. And you can see the stick is starting to show up in it because I have it so, it's just amazing. It keeps a nice steady thing. No matter what I'm doing with the camera, I've got it twisted sideways, I'm bouncing it around. It really don't make a difference. So that's why I have this camera. But if you're going to shoot with your phone, as long as you're pretty steady, the phone has a good steady shot. They really have good steady shots now to where I can move around quite a bit and it still looks pretty darn good. Okay, let me get busy here. I've got stuff I need to do, and I keep on talking to you guys. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let me get some stuff out of the garage to load this crap up into. Now, as far as the guy that we bought it off of, Greg, he's a real nice guy. I don't know what their story is here, because I don't think he's had this very long. They winterized this because this is all pink fluid on here. We'll stick these down here for the time being. And this is from before, extra RV screws. I like having that because I'm going to take these screws out and put them, well, let me do that now. It's always good to have extra screws. And of course I've got a Robert's head. Boy, that one's chewed up pretty good. I might have to get another one. These things have been around for a little while. I've used it to do, you know, how many RVs now? It's funny, I've never imagined myself doing RV repairs, but here I am doing RV repairs. Okay, so I know you're not going to be able to see this, but there's basically a drain that goes that direction with a P-trap. It's a little difficult, I'm going to tell you, because I don't know if I can. These are glued, which they should be. Exactly what it was, they drilled holes for the faucet in the countertop, which is a good idea. So the sink wasn't the only thing supporting it. Sink out, ready? And sink out. And you can see they had this tape on there that held quite a bit, but I hate destroying stuff that's original, but I don't see a clear working need for this. So we're going to be seeing a hole. There's a hole over here. You'll see that in just a second here. It's just the way it's going to be. I don't see a solution putting all this back because we won't use it. I can't think. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You guys put that in the comments. Have you ever used your outdoor sink? I mean, have you done so much food prep outside that you can't just go inside and get some water or whatever it needs and do that? I mean, I guess if you're eating outside, I mean, okay, let's play devil's advocate. You're eating outside at the picnic table. You guys all have plastic plates, not paper plates, but plastic plates that you're going to wash, or dishes for that matter. I guess afterwards you could have everybody bring over their stuff. There's enough room here for a little dish drainer, and you could wash your dishes out here and it would go to where it needs to. I could see that scenario, but other than that, on a regular basis, I mean, I would rather just take and have a trash can sitting next to my, and again, maybe I'm being a little wasteful. I hate bending over there, guys. Let me get out where I can stand up. And I hate being a little hateful, but wasteful. But what if I just want to take and put the stuff, you know, use paper plates and throw it all in the trash, or have a trash can scrape off all the scraps into a bag, you know, to go to the garbage. And then in the meantime, you know, the dishes I'll take inside. They got to go inside anyways. Why don't I take them in there and wash them? It's a big double sink in there. So I don't know. I don't really like to call this an outdoor kitchen. They call this a half kitchen, and the main reason is it don't have any kind of cooking scenario going on there. You guys just put in your comments what you think. Ooh. They didn't want that one going anywhere. Look how long that thing is. That's brutal. Good for them. Let's go ahead and unplug the fridge. That'd probably be helpful. This refrigerator did work very well, I'll have to say that. That's it. There's a little corner piece that I missed. So we have this hole to contend with some wires that come through here. I'm sure I could do something to make that look nicer. That's not too much of an issue. And those wires, look at this. We have an outlet here and we have an outlet over here. This thing almost screams for some sort of kitchen, don't it? I mean, I understand it, but anyways, I'd have to do a new, once this is capped off, which I'll have to cap it off way back here, actually. I would have to, shoot. I guess I could cap just this one section here. You know, I could cut this and cap it. I'd still have this overhanging into the area, though. I could build some sort of little box there to protect it. And of course, just for the floor here, all I'd have to do is just put a single piece of plywood that is that size. I mean, I guess, like I said, you're seeing what I'm seeing. What do you guys think? What would you do? And I said, I'm going to get word from Heidi. We'll see what she says. Things are starting to get serious. I got the generator out, I got the awning out, and I'm testing the air conditioning. Apparently, my neighbor feels as if they need to run their mower now. Anyways, let's try to focus on the positive. Yikes. So here's the positive. The air conditioning works. Here's the negative. The duct work is taped up. I gotta take my glasses off to see this. And the fact that they did it wrong or it's come loose, I didn't understand. There was like no air coming out of these vents, just a little tiny bit. Well, this is all loose. This whole contraption that they have in here to block off the vent that is here, it's all screwed up. It's not right. So I've got to correct that now. It's a horrible design, and I think it might possibly have just been held in with tape, maybe. So I'm going to try to put this back in place, back where it belongs. I'm going to try to get some new double-sided 3M tape, and then see if there's some way that I can make this thing work. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, this worked when it was working, but it was not a good fit, and now it's not working. So now I've got to make it work. Yeah, like I said, the air conditioning is, of course, ice cold. It's just, man, what is people thinking? I wanted to show you the way it should have been done from the factory. And again, I have no idea why they did it elsewise, but I went ahead and added sheet metal screws to hold that in place. Just 3 of them, that's all it took. Up against the bottom of this up here. So now this is going to be the return air back up into the air conditioner, which the vents look pretty clean up there. They don't look too bad. But yeah, I think that's kind of goofy that they just had tape holding it up in there. Now, I don't mind what I'm getting ready to do now, and that's put tape on it to seal off some of the cracks. Again, I've done this in previous videos that I showed that you need to seal off because they don't do a very good job from the factory. So the cold air goes where it's supposed to and not leak back into the return air. Okay, so we've got this all taken care of now. You can see it's all sealed off. That foam up there, of course, like I said, is just from the outside. It's not anything to be concerned with. All of it's really good. I do have to put one more piece of tape right there. I just seen that. The transition from the white foam back to the shiny tape. I did it on this side. That's what I'm talking about, doing that to help with it. And I think we're good. I think we're good all the way around that at that point. So relieved. I can't wait to kick this on and see how good it works. We got it all back together. And again, this is the outlet. If I have this closed, it will blow out the vents more than this area here because it's closed, but that's how it's supposed to work. That's the design. That's how it's supposed to work. There we go. Auto. Cool. Okay, cool. Which is cool. Let's see how this works. Okay, it just kicked on. Immediately I can, oh wow. Big difference. I mean, I can feel the air coming out of these vents now. That was not the case. Just a few minutes ago, I was like, is this even working? You know, is this even doing what it's supposed to? And now it is wonderful. Wow. Big difference. Oh my word, this one's really screaming. Let's see what it's like in the bedroom. Because we do like to sleep when it's nice and cool. Oh, it's the other side. This would probably be Heidi's side, I'm assuming. I don't know that for sure. Oh my word. This should tell you that it's never been working. Right here. Look at all the crap that it blew out of the vent. That is sawdust from the build when this thing was built. So this just blew. Oh my, that is so nice and cold. And it's strong. It's very strong. I know. Here, just hear it on the... You can hear it through the microphone, I guess, that way. Much better. Much better. Now, what they used to do is they called this a quick cool. If you open that up, obviously you can hear how much louder it is. And it cools this area much faster. Doesn't mean there isn't any coming out the vents. Matter of fact, the amount that is coming out of the vents right now is the equivalent to what was coming out of the vents when that was closed prior to me doing all this work. So, much better. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put in the comments. Is this entertaining? We're getting somewhere. We're learning stuff. And we're making this, again, ours. I'm happy. Okay, so I took a little break. I had to get something to eat late in the evening here. But came back out and decided to go ahead and tackle this. Now, it's just like I expected. There was some decorative trim pieces on this side that were just stapled in place with just a nail gun, just a staple gun. So I went ahead and pulled those off, and then I had to pull out all the nails. And then the trim pieces came off. They're just this, and they had those glued on. Now they were also stapled, but probably more by accident than on purpose when they were putting the trim pieces on, because it went through the trim also. So the whole idea is that I'm going to reverse this. Oh yeah, also I have to secure this back to the floor. Remember, it's loose, so I'm going to pull back the paneling a little bit further, take a look inside there where it needs to be, and run a couple of long screws. Remember, that's why I have extra RV screws down into the floor to make this wall back the way it used to be. Nice and secure, so somebody else can rip it off at some point with the with the slide. It won't be us, because the door is now going to swing the opposite way, so we don't have to worry about that. Good morning, YouTube. Good afternoon, YouTube. It's still morning, but boy, it sure is going to be a nice day today, right? I got to get back to work. I already did a bunch of stuff today that got me running around a little bit more than normal. I had to go down to the title agency, and I had to get the title switched over for that, and our golf cart, which I forgot all about it, to tell you the truth. And then I needed to get the tags transferred over for that, which now that tag that's on there is legal instead of what it was before, and that was not legal. It got me home. That's all I was concerned with. And I'm back doing work on the RV today. At some point today, I gotta make it to where I'm not getting sidetracked, because yesterday I got sidetracked and my sidetrackedness was not cool. My sidetrackedness made it to where I forgot to get the ladder out and get up on the roof and take a look at it. There's something weird about the antenna, that little flying saucer that's up there. Something weird about it. I don't know what it is. You know what? I'm going to leave this closed for now so I don't get sidetracked as I open it. I know that's confusing. I'm just putting a towel in here. I found, I got to find my PEX tool, but I found a couple things. In Ohio, did you know that Lowe's and Home Depot do not carry black ABS pipe? I think it's because people maybe get it confused or something. I don't know. But what I'm going to do, this is counting on one thing, that I make a very good cut right there. That's very dependent on me making a good cut right there, right on the edge. If I can do that, I have a couple couplers. So what I'll do is I'll cut this one back then, and then I'll use the piece that's left over, or one of, this piece here. I could use this piece to make those two couplers reach each other. Not a big fan of using couplers, but technically I can put enough pipe inside that coupler that it's going to be just one pipe, one big pipe. But yeah, I was looking for ABS. I thought, okay, I'll do it the right way. I'll cut this, and then I'll glue in a section. I'm sure there's enough flexibility here between these two. Anyways, just odd. Like I said, already getting distracted. And I have to finish out the work inside, which it's coming along. It's definitely coming along. Again, getting distracted. I need to hop in the truck and run back to the pole building and open that up for the day. It's going to be a beautiful day as it was yesterday, and I just want the pole building to... Oh, everybody hold your ears. Alexa, turn off basement. I want the pole building to air out. Be fresh as a summer breeze. So let me go do just that. And then I've got some stuff I need to do in here real quick, and then we'll get back at it. How about that? That sounds like a fair deal, right? All right, here we go. This is it. Looks like these are factory screws that they did here, but I wanted to check it out. This is the first time I've really checked this out up here. I know the trim is broke or coming apart in a couple places here. Ooh, look, from the repair I did on the last one. Ugh, I forgot to take that off. So, like this here, that screw's sticking out quite a bit. And then this one here is broke. I think I have white, but I don't have black. So we'll have to fix that. Not a big deal as the garage door closes. There's a little scratch right now. Nope. Okay, that's good. Roof looks pretty good. There's a spot way up there I want to look at. Yeah, this looks better than I thought. I'm not sure. That's kind of weird. I'm going to show you guys this. What is that? Looks like tape or something. Maybe they had a problem. This all needs resealed. Look. See all this? That's not good. That needs redone. So we'll have to clean all this off. Wonder what they would cost to pay somebody to do a complete roof clean and reseal. But yeah, that UFO thing looks kind of strange. Oh, I see what they did. They put some kind of a bridge to keep the caps from flying off. I get it. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, all this needs redone. All of this seal. So this needs cleaned off and redone. But this UFO thing, well, it's on there. I don't know what they used. And the roof, look how flimsy the roof is. Holy cow. I don't remember reading that it's a fully walkable roof. I mean, everything's out. There's no truss problems or anything like that. It's just funny, right? Yeah, the roof looks weird there because it's the transition from the truss arc to the flat of the front. Everything looks good. Let's go a little further. Oy. Be tired by the time I get done climbing up all these rungs. Looks good. Yeah, it looks actually very good. Very, very good. Still here, this transition could be a little better. But the roof is, it is good. It's nice. It needs cleaned. It needs cleaned really bad. Well, so far so good. It's just this edge needs redone. There's a lot of caulking up here, even underneath this black stuff. There's butyl, so that's good. Boy, this needs cleaned. It's so filthy. I mean, just to the touch, it's filthy. Holy cow, no wonder it don't shine. I'm gonna pay attention up here because this window has a leak. You know, you can see it on the outside too. Now, I'm assuming that it's just coming from the window somehow. Oh yeah. Yeah, it could be. Could be that's not sealing quite right. But the factory caulk, factory caulk is good all the way across. That's perfect. Hope it's not something up here. Let's see. Well, first of all, this needs replaced. All this track. This is all sealed though. Here is again the same issue. I don't think that's the cause of it. And then I'm going to look at the slide roof. Looks pretty good. Looks like they siliconed the crap out of that up there. I don't know why. I'd like to see a awning topper on this, obviously. Maybe we'll look into that after a year or so. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be that it's leaking here and making its way in. I mean, that's a long shot, tell you the truth. Yeah, like this here needs redone. The tape's starting to come up. I'm sure it'll get wet in there eventually. The wood is hard though. But yeah, that just needs redone there. But up here, yeah, you can see it's cracked the whole way. Yeah, I'd like to see that get finished too, but the roof's good in here. Okay, nothing immediately needs attention as far as the roof's concerned, as far as I can see. But I would like to get a reseal job. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I seen that somebody said that it's so many $1 per linear foot. Again, this is some sort of metal, or that's what the front's made out of too. So I guess that's, we'll consider it. Me and Heidi will talk it amongst ourselves. Yeah, way better than I thought. But I don't know what's going on with the window and why it leaks, so I'm assuming it has something to do with the window itself. Definitely had a need for getting the roof taken a look at. Yikes. I'm out of breath. That big table that we had in here, I finally put it at the roadside and just marked it free. Whew. Okay, so I didn't get too sidetracked today. I had to do a bunch of errands. Let's put this back out. I'll put the awning back out. I do have caps for this PEX, and again I have couplers for this thing, which that's the only question I had. Was they said that these couplers were good for 1.5 inches, and it just said plastic. It didn't say, you know, ABS. It didn't. It just said plastic. Well, I'm assuming since it's a clamp, I should be able to clamp it down, but boy, I hate to squeeze it too much. And again, I'm going to cut it back here, and yeah, that's not what I'm doing right now, though, although it could be. All right, here's where we start getting goofed up, guys. Should I work on this so that we have running water inside and I can test those components? Oh, never mind. I already have the answer for that. I can't, because I have to change the anode rod. I don't think I have an anode rod for this. Yikes. Let me see what this thing is. It says I'll get burned. I doubt it. Plus I want to flush it out. Yeah. So all the information's in here. I'll have to look at this information, make sure I get the right anode rod, which I know that they're all pretty much standard. But yikes. All right, let me get to work and I will show you what I've been working on inside. I've just got a couple more things to do. It's turned out a little bit more than I thought, because RVs, they're not built very well. We all know that. And I don't know if I have a problem with carpentry in general, because people just, well, no offense to carpenters, but what happens is, and I don't understand this again, is when they're building anything, a cabinet, a doorway, stairwell, it doesn't make a difference. They just frame it up, and then they use all kinds of trim to make it look nice. And there's a lot of shimming involved, stuff like that. I just want it to be square in the first place, perfectly square, so you don't have to do any of that. So you can imagine the builders of the RV, how they did. They just threw it together, and they shimmed up a bunch of stuff and glued stuff. And anyways, I'm paying for that now, because I assumed I was going to do something basic, and it turned out to be a little bit more than basic. So it's the middle of the night, and I got to go to the bathroom. We're at a Walmart or a truck stop, and the truck's right outside our window. Can't put out our slide. Oh my, it doesn't make a difference anymore. Yeah, how about those apples? That's nice. Plus I can see the slide. Plus I can wipe it off if it's wet. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so we have, I just reversed everything. Let's put out the slide and I'll give you a closer look to what's going on there. The problem is the door is crooked. The frame is so crooked on this thing, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's very bad. It's very, very crooked. Very, very crooked. But remember that wall moved. Remember that? How it was, you know. So I got in there and tore all that apart, and I had to reinsert a piece of wood, and it was a nightmare. When I did it, I think I added a little bit even on the bottom that made things really bad. Now out here, it looks great. I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty darn good. It's not bad. Inside, you can tell it looks horrible, but it's latched. I can lock it. I mean, it closes. It's not difficult. You can see where the hinges were. I don't care about that so much. Same here. You know, and I had to cut a new pocket hole. Here's the pocket hole that was originally there. And I just reversed this entire frame and then flipped the door handle and made it work. Now on this side, it looks horrible. Look at the gap up top. Look at how it's wide here, and then it gets narrow, and up here it's wider here and narrower there and all that. I don't care. This closes, it's sealed, and you can lock it. That's all I care about. And it's not difficult to close. I mean, it's just, that's it. Now I'm assuming that I could probably bend the hinges around and do some work to make it close a little easier, but I'm okay with this. I mean, this is right? And it's, as far as I can tell, it's not going to come open whenever we're driving down the road. And if it does, all it's going to do is just beat the death out of this cabinet. Here, let's show you what that might look like. Yeah, so what we could do if we wanted to is secure this back here, because it is clipping right there on the cabinet. I'm sure I could secure that. We could put, you know, something there if we're concerned with it. But yeah, I like it. The other thing I did, remember I'm waiting on my fan for the hood, and also a switch, which I don't even know when I'm getting the switch. It might be today, who knows. But the blades on that fan that I took out that had the bad motor, the blades were okay on it. So I stole the blades off of there because the new motor comes with new blades. What I'm talking about is fan blade. And I went ahead and put it here, and now we've got a little fan. The funny part is I forgot that even though the fan's so small, it does move some air. I mean, it does move air, because when I had the door closed, it was trying to pull it open a little bit, which was kind of interesting. So the thing that I noticed and it wouldn't be hard to change, and maybe when I've got a little bit more energy, I'll do it one day when I just got extra stuff to do. And this is so minor. Every one of these outlets, they've got the prong, the negative prong, the grounding prong, sorry, up. Why would you do that? You guys, if you know why, tell me, because now my voltage meter's upside down, you know, because it has to be. And it's even in the bedroom the same way. Everything's upside down. I don't know. That's just odd to me. Okay, now the thing I got to do now is find a couple of screws for this here, and I need to put this door on. And you know, you just seen how bad that door was that I did, and look, I mean, you could see the trim work there. It's a nightmare, right? All right, let me get to work here and see if I can do that. Well, there never seems to be enough time in the day. I looked at underneath this shower. It's the most rinky-dink platform that I've ever seen that supports. No wonder these things move around. It's literally this cheap particle board plywood thing with 4 2x6s, I guess, maybe. Oh my God, it's just horrible. So I got to work on that at some point. I said no time in the day. I went ahead and got the door mounted on here. So we've got a door back again. It makes it a little interesting, right? Make the room a little more private. Nice. The parts just came in for the stove, the fan and the switch. Maybe I can do that later. I'll tell you why I'm running out of time. I just seen that we have thunderstorms coming in tomorrow. Our grass is right on the edge of needing it, so I'm gonna have to do that. This is a disaster, but it's done. I got a couple PEX cap offs here. So this just caps off the PEX. Shark bites, you just push them on. Of course, I had water coming out, so that's why it's wet there. And then I went ahead and I plumbed this. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but let me stick you in there. And there you go. I've got a coupler in there, and I cut the pipe that I removed, and anyways, it's done. I went ahead and put water in the unit. I thought about it, and it's like, oh yeah, why would I not do that? You know, the heater is bypassed for winter. They did do a good job winterizing it. So I checked the pump. The pump works. There's no leaks. I cannot find a single leak anywhere in the plumbing. A bunch of antifreeze came out, all the things. I think maybe we got the added bonus of a little bit left over in the black tank. I looked down in the toilet, and it seems like there's about 1/3 in there. Which I'm like, okay. That's a little interesting. Man. So I've got to make the wires look a little better in there, and You know, honestly, I could probably take some white a Turnabon and just tape it to the wall and I wouldn't care. And then, of course, put a board in to cover the entire bottom, make it look nicer, and then do something over there on the wall for that hole. But yeah, I gotta mow. I can't get around that, because I mean I could, it's just it's gonna, you know how it is. Well, maybe you guys don't know. I know that in the warmer climates your grass grows pretty good. I'm going to tell you that, man, in the springtime, and as soon as we start getting warm, sunny days, this grass grows fast. I mean, it's up. I know that it doesn't look like it, but you got to realize I just mowed this like 3 days ago, and it's grown quite a bit. So, yeah, I better knock this out. Get that done with. Hopefully I don't need any gas in the mower because I don't have any in the can. Nothing like putting $80 in the truck and not even getting to 20 gallons. How nice is that? I think I have just over 3/4 of a tank now on the truck. All right. Well, I just thought I'd touch base. Heidi is at work. She's got a slew of days off. I shouldn't say that. She has a few days off in a row. So what she's doing is she worked her normal day off, which was yesterday. And then I think that she's going to work her normal day off, which would be Thursday. Tomorrow, though, she just found out, or she just reminded me, or she just forgot to tell me and just told me today. She's got to go to Ashtabula for inventory tomorrow, so I won't see her. Well, sometimes she can get off early, but all right, I just got to get going here. I'm just dragging along. For all of you who've been watching for a while, and I've always talked about how I do not like RVs with anno rods. I'd much rather have something with an aluminum tank. This is the reason why. That rod, look at all this that's going through the system. Look at this. That is going through your system from the anno rods falling apart, right? That's what is going through your water. And it all has to do with the fact that you have an anno rod that just deteriorates in there, which is supposed to protect the tank. But in the meantime, all your other components have to deal with this crap. So look at this. You think that's it? Look at this. Look at all of this. That's not candy cane. I mean, that ain't seashells. That's all from the anno rod just deteriorating. Yeah, I got to clean all this stuff out of the vents now. I hate it. I've always hated them, and this is why, just so you know. Oh, wow. Turned out to be a pretty good day today, considering that it was kind of cold and rainy. It rained last night, trying to close the door behind me. And I ended up hitting you guys instead. But Amazon just delivered the anode rod, a couple of them. And I'll tell you what, if you go in and out of your door enough, your screen door, you're going to want one of these things. I did a review in the past on it, and I'm telling you, it's not having it. It's like, God, this is driving me crazy. And that's the screen door, the spring for the screen door. Oh, going into our new home. Oh, nobody cleaned it out. Wonder why. Let's see here. Okay, so all I'm doing is breaking out these anode rods. I've got to wait. We ordered a new hood for this. It's a different size, but everybody says that it's the same. Whatever. We'll see. That's something else on another day. But boy, it seems odd You know what? I think Heidi's right. And when we talked about it, we could live in this for an extended period of time. I know we could. I think the downfall is I don't know if that TV swivels. Even if it, I don't know. I don't know. It's, you know, we only did it one way. We did it in, you know, with Heidi having a couch that she lounged on, and I had a recliner. Now, Heidi did mention something about, boy, that neighbor's got to fix his truck. Heidi did mention something to me about maybe getting a recliner chair of some kind. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. We just want to go camping and on extended trips. Boy, I really need to clean that door off. It's really filthy there. Just filthy. But let me get this job done so I can test the water. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know. Sounds like fun to me. Well, we find ourselves with the anode rod in, but we find that
it's a process.
What do they say? Works as it should.
What do you think?
So here's the deal. Our two previous even the fifth wheel. All three of our travel trailers and fifth wheel that we had, all recreation vehicles, however you want to call it, they had a electric or gas.
Or both?
No, both. That's what I'm saying. They had electric and gas. That's what I meant to say.
Because it sounds like this one, am I correct? It's the only one.
No, it has electric and gas.
Oh.
So on our other campers, we knew that if there's no water in the hot water tank, you do everything you can under your power not to turn on the electric element that heats the water, because it will burn up in a matter of seconds sometimes whenever you have electric going to an element that's not submerged in water. So we made sure every time we winterized, we would go turn the element off. There was always a manual switch somewhere. Or if you need to, if you don't want to find the manual switch, you can just turn off the breaker, which there's a breaker here that is labeled on the AC side of the power. It says water heater. Well, the breaker was on. The water heater breaker was on. When we came to look at the RV, he had plugged it in. Now, I'm assuming maybe he had plugged it in at other times also, because he said he had a new battery. I don't know if he was charging the battery. I don't know. But at the time we went to look at it, he had it plugged in, which I'm glad that he did. I mean, I'm glad that he took the time and the effort to plug it in to make sure we could see all the lights and everything work. But on this RV, if that switch is on out there on the hot water tank, which I'll show you that inside the cover, then that element is active as soon as you plug the RV in. I mean, immediately. As soon as you plug the RV in, that's it. It's on. The only way that it's not going to be on is if, again, that breaker is flipped, to the off position, which it wasn't. So the good news is, when we got our anode rod and we put it in there, immediately I came in and I turned on the one switch, the one manual switch you can see here that says on, which they put it at the bottom, which is kind of funny, but anyways, that's what they do. And I heard the gas kick on and the water start getting heated. And I'm like, oh, great. This is super. And then I'm turning it off. Then I turn the switch off. I'm like, okay, now I want to turn on the electric side. I want to see if the electric side heats up the water. Now, I'm sure you guys are saying, why is this important? Well, this is important if you don't want to use your propane because you're at a campground and you're paying for the electric. And for the most part, that electric will give you plenty of hot water to take your shower. Now for recovery time, like if I took a shower and then Heidi wanted to take a shower right after me, we would run both the gas and the electric element at the same time to make sure that you had hot water as fast as it possibly could. That was a quick recovery mode because you had gas heating it with a flame and then you had your element heating it with the electric. We did that a lot. Now, I get it. You can do that here by just turning that off, and that means the electric is on. But I've never seen one that didn't have a separate switch that turned off the electric inside the unit. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. There's the element, and I'm getting 120 volts to it. When Heidi turned off the switch inside, I'm getting 120 volts to it. When I turn off this switch right here that says on to off, I do no longer get 120 volts to it. So that's what the deal is. That's the dealio, as they say. Knowing that this was completely empty, because there was that broken anode rod just laying in here, there was no water in there. And when it got plugged in, unfortunately, we knew what happened. It burned up the element. Now, the good news is, and I keep on saying this, it's only $20. And the range hood was only $100. And that fan that I ordered, it was only $15. And that switch that I ordered, it was only $12. It starts nickeling and diming you to death if you let it. Trust me, we are real close to being done here, so I think. What I have to do is I have to address this problem with the window, which Heidi will have to be there for me to help, but she's just going to enjoy that to death.
I can't wait.
Because I got to remove all the screws, and then I have to go outside, hope that it stays glued inside the window. Heidi will be holding it or something. And then I'll have to lift it out or have her push it. And anyways, we'll have to reverse our sides or something. Maybe I'll leave just one screw in for her that she can take out. And then I've got to look to see where the water's coming from and figure it out. There's the absolute little tiniest chance that it's coming from the crack that I showed you guys on the video that's on the seam of the roof. The only thing that needs done on the roof is just that. I doubt it though, because behind that area that screw track is, it's all butyl behind there. It should be all butyl. I mean, that's the way we assembled it, and that's the way everybody else assembled it. That's the last thing. Once I do that, then Heidi knows the next thing that I have to do, which is going to be fun till your daddy takes your T-Bird away. It's not a big deal. It just takes pretty much all day. I've got to put the Pro Pride on. Which, remember guys, we have a Pro Pride in there. And I'm contemplating contacting them and seeing what their thoughts are on us having 1,000-pound bars. If they're brand new, so we could just send them in and probably get them exchanged for the 1,400-pound. Because the answer that we had last time, and this is where we're at with the going back on our history with the Rockwood. Brent out there was very helpful. He did a really good job for us, setting us up. And we were telling him that our travel trailer only had a tongue weight of about 790 to 800 pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. And he says, I'm going to recommend you get the 1,400-pound bars. And I said, why? It's not that heavy. You have 1,000-pound bars. The tongue weight is not going to be that much. And he says, well, you're awful close when you get to with the weight of the Pro Pride, which is another 200 pounds. He says, you're going to be close to that 1,000-pound mark, which is going to be the peak of the bars. He says, you can always run the 1,400-pound bars or 1,300. I can't remember what they are. 1,300, 1,400, one or the other. But he says you can run the bigger bars, and just not put as much tension on them. And that's what we did, and it worked out perfect. Now, with that said, the tongue weight on this RV is 780 pounds or 750 pounds. I have it written down somewhere, but it's over 700 pounds.
Yeah, 200 pounds.
We're 950 pounds, 980 pounds.
The heavier ones?
I don't know. I think if we talk to Brent, he's going to say yes, because that's what he did last time. So the fact they're brand new in the box, we'll have to pay for shipping back, probably pay for shipping out.
Right.
So...
Well, at least we'd have the right ones. Maybe you should call them tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't...
you might as well get that going.
I wanted to talk to you first about it and see what you thought.
Well, I don't want to hear about it after you install it.
Yeah, but I don't know what the difference is. But here's the thing. Once they're installed, they're no longer new that he would want to exchange them.
Because, I mean...
Now that would be $330.
Right.
So, because just those bars are $330. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now that I filled all that water in the hot water tank from our little tiny tank underneath the bed, and we're going to change that. I have a feeling Heidi and I will change that. It's only like 32 gallons or something like that.
That would be fine. We're not going to be.
But we've been so used to. I mean, think about it.
Let's just see if we
But just remember that we were...
I know, but we didn't...
50 pounds in the little Terry camper.
I know. We never
with 45 and 45.
Right.
We were 60... No, I'm sorry. We were 45 in the Rockwood travel trailer with 45.
Let's see.
And then
season.
we were 60 in the fifth wheel with 45 and 45.
Right.
This one, we're 32.
Well, we ain't putting new tanks underneath.
No, not underneath. But underneath the bed, that would be so easy, as I say about everything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it really...
I mean, let's just get everything buttoned up and let's use that tank this year and see what it does.
That's true.
You know?
This is why I married Heidi. Heidi's the smartest one ever.
I don't know about that.
Sure she is.
Like, when we do fill that up, when we're traveling, it's 5 to 6 gallons, maybe 10. The only time that we would be really filling that up is if there's poor water pressure at the campground.
Right.
And even then,
but
we really run out. I will say that I'm a water hog. I do not shut the water off.
When she takes a shower.
Yeah. Well, when I wash dishes.
Or when she washes dishes.
Under no circumstances do I turn water
So we'll have to
off.
just try that out.
Yeah. Might not be a problem.
Yeah. It may not be. It's gonna be nice.
After he gets all his stuff done, even if he's working on the Pro Pride, if I'm home, because I'm home this weekend, I can start scrubbing everything down.
We're going to have, it's a free garage sale weekend for this township. This township, you normally have to buy a thing. And you're only allowed 2, I think, for the year, right? Maybe 2 yard sales or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is.
This is a free one. It shouldn't count towards your 2.
So what we was thinking about doing is not having a full-blown yard sale, but just bringing out
couple tables,
bringing out stuff that we just need to get rid of.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Put it under a canopy and there'll be enough people driving by.
Yeah. Even if it's just for, we don't even have to worry about Saturday
E-bikes.
because we're busy. Well, yeah, that and, but I'm saying Friday and Saturday, or Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're here.
Right.
But anyway, I think Bud and I is going to go get something to eat.
Oh, okay. I was going to say something about that too. Let me think what it was, because my brain's been mush. You guys, listen. I always take
because you don't have anybody to talk to.
Listen, but this is
getting a little mushy.
My head's getting mushy because I always make my eggs in the morning, and I put a paper towel next to my eggs on the counter, and I crack the egg, drop it in the the yolk in the pan, and then I put the shell on the paper towel. After I do that with 3 eggs, I pick up the paper towel with the egg shells and I throw it away. So the other day, my brain, I was talking to our son, and for whatever reason, as I was cracking that first egg, I went ahead and opened it up and dropped it right, yolk and all, right on the paper towel. And I was getting ready to throw the shell in the pan. Okay, so you would think that would be it, right? But here's the other thing. I was eating peanuts for the first time last night. I haven't eaten peanuts forever, and I wanted to see how it'd do. I chewed them up real good, drank a lot of water. My stomach felt pretty good. So I'm eating those peanuts, and for whatever reason, I'm taking the shell, and I'm throwing it on this bib of a towel that I was using for all the crumbs, instead of throwing it in the bowl, the waste, where your waste shells go. All right, now here's the topper of all of it. Today I'm in the bathroom, and I'm looking at what I might want for dinner. This is all food related too, isn't that funny?
Wow.
So I'm looking at what I might want for dinner, and I'm looking at DoorDash Chipotle. And the reason is Heidi just came home from work. I didn't want to send her back out, and I wanted to see how expensive it was just for Chipotle DoorDash, because it's not expensive. It's not
I
bad.
think it was the time, too.
Yeah. So I went ahead
In
and
between lunch and dinner.
that could be. So I'm looking at the app as I'm using the bathroom, and I'm looking at the total, and it says that it's like $12.80 some cents, and they're trying to show a tip of like $3.75 as like the default tip. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What's 20% of $12.34 or whatever? And I'm like, well, 20%, you multiply the two. Wait a minute, I'm multiplying. That's $6 if I half of 12. Wait a minute, that's 50%. You know what? I'm gonna get my phone. I'm gonna get my calculator. I must have left my phone in the living room when I came into the bathroom. Darn it, I need that calculator. I wanted to look it up. In the meantime, I'm staring at my phone doing all this on the app.
And you know, one thing that he always asks is what time it is, what date it is, and as he's on his phone when he could just swipe down.
I don't know how that works.
And he obviously, I don't know what he does when he has to look at something else like the calculator.
Yeah.
Do you close it all out?
No, sometimes. Sometimes I leave it open and hope it's there when I go back, and that's what I do when I research stuff. Yeah. But anyways, let me figure this crapola out. I got to pull that thing. Good news is, like I said, $20. Amazon will deliver a new electrode tomorrow, and tomorrow. It says tomorrow.
That's nice.
And I'll be able to put it in there and see how it works. It should work okay, but I got to turn the switch off, the relay off. I already turned the switch off out there, and
you gotta turn that one off.
got to drain all the water out. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then hopefully, magically, all this stuff will disappear tomorrow. Yeah. Actually, I've got to put the hood up. That's coming
tomorrow.
Tomorrow or Thursday, I can't remember. And then I've got to put all these tools away. I'm gonna bring an empty 5-gallon bucket for a lot of this stuff. But yeah, this is turning out nice. I was talking to the camera a little bit before you came out, and I was just wondering what you thought about picturing it if we're sitting in here. It's a stormy day, or better yet, it's Yuma. It's 117 out.
Yeah,
and we just have to hang out for the day.
We need these little roll pillows here, one over there, one over here.
See, so I was talking about that. I wonder if we take this booth out. This booth.
No, because the
2-seater on that side.
Well, then the next person.
That's true.
I mean, everybody has that.
But if we even had 2 recliners, I mean, they would fit, but it'd be tight. But you don't have a bed. You'd have to put pillows there.
Yeah, or maybe I'd be laying over there. Maybe
I'd be in the bedroom, crashed out.
Well, I prefer to lay down when I'm.
Yeah.
Well,
is that long enough for you?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I can curl up.
All right, so that's Heidi's guess on that is for extended stays.
It'd be alright.
Yeah, I think it'd be all right too.
We could always get some type of chair in here.
Why do we act like this is the end all be all?
It's not.
We
ain't camped in it yet. Maybe we won't like it. Maybe it'll do just fine for us.
Yeah, I like the length.
I like RV shopping to show you all.
Yeah.
I don't like RV shopping to buy.
The process.
The process. That's just like looking at cars.
So
I
yeah,
doing it. I never did.
Just like I was saying before, whenever we paid off all our bills and hit the road full time, I had this idea about going down to the bank and slamming the money on the barrelhead and saying, close out this account of $5,000 and close out this account of $3,000, and it don't work that way. I mean, there's like interest that don't get calculated, and then like another month later you owe another $15, and nobody wants to take all the payment right away, or you got to mail it in and stuff. Well, it's the same with buying a car. We've bought 3 vehicles outright that are brand new, and you would think that process would be easy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We've done it 4 times. Brand new vehicles. We did it to the Kia Forte. We did it to both the Super Duties, and we just did it with this Kia. And all 3 of them was a process. You don't go in and just say, here's the money. Can you have me sign the papers and send me the title, and I'm leaving today? It doesn't work that way. It's like 2 hours to buy a vehicle that you have cash for.
I wouldn't want to buy a vehicle off of me.
So the RV industry is kind of the same. And we would probably, I think you and I would probably work towards doing a cash thing again, to where we just buy it outright.
Well, you're like, got the horse before the mule, or whatever they call it.
Horse before the cart.
The horse
cart,
before the cart.
Cart before the horse.
Yeah, the cart before the horse. We ain't even left the goddamn parking lot.
This isn't even parking lot. We need to
the driveway. We ain't even left the driveway yet. You're already on to the next thing.
I'm just saying that we know that that's usually inevitable.
I know, but why we ain't camped in it yet. You're on to the next.
No, I like this one a lot. I want to camp in this one for sure. You know what I like about this one? It is, starting off, it's 2 foot shorter than the Rockwood. 2 feet. So if we get generator stuff going on in the back there, then we're the same size as the Rockwood without the generators. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to talk to Heidi about something. And I can't have the camera on because I can't remember. So I got to go through a bunch of hem-haw and trying to figure it out. Tell everybody bye.